much for the follow. Oh, it's been a long month, hasn't it, fam? It's been a long month. I don't even know what's going on with my life anymore. I just kind of lost myself, you know? Like, that bird was my friend, Harold. He and I used to have this conversation all the time. Your mic is off. What do you mean my mic is off? No, it's not. It's not off. You just want me to be really loud. Mike is dead. Hold on. What do you mean Mike is dead? I'm muted. That'd be a problem, huh? That would be a problem, huh? It was coming through the other mic. That was with the audio. Is your mic... What do you guys expect a stupid show when you come to this show? Like, what do you actually expect? What do you want from me? I've been doing this without a permanent co-host. I've had to do all sorts of work for all of you people all the time. All I hear is whining and bitching and complaining. What is your problem? I don't even want to do this show anymore. You know what? In fact, I think I'm quit. I think I'm done. I'm done. Bye. Have fun.
What is happening here?
Wait,
what is
no.
all of this?
What?
Hello? What is all of this? I need to clean it.
What are you doing?
What is happening here?
What are you doing here?
What is this? Why did you destroy my studio?
Your studio is kind of lame anyway.
No,
I don't even know.
It's not lame. Look at all this trash. You have spam and it.
But Harold. But Harold.
It really stinks here too. What did you do? Did you kill a cat in here or something? What happened?
Harold had a friend. Do you see Harold's friend? Harold's friend is over there.
That's the blow-up doll. Did you?
Not
did
the blow-up doll. The other bird. Okay, that's the other bird. I don't even.
Clean here. Oh my god.
This is so rude. What are you gonna do with?
I'm gonna clean
Listen,
everything.
what are you gonna do with this?
I'm gonna clean the place. It's also all matching blue for some reason.
I like blue. Okay, I like my kitchen utensils to match.
Clean all of this. I can't believe you've let yourself go like this. I can't believe it.
You're doing no. Listen, I had a lot of work to do. I already have to do all the work for this show, and I like how you're just a disembodied torso when you're on this camera.
This is disgusting. How can you even work in here?
Harold. Harold helps me. Okay.
Who is Harold?
Harold is. You're covering him right now. He's next to the colored pencils. See, that's Harold.
Harold is dead.
Harold and Leonore. Okay.
You killed a cat too.
There's no cat. Where's
but
the? Do you see a cat?
Like dead cat in
but do you see that there's a cat in here? I don't even.
This all needs to like be clean, dude. All of this needs to be clean. Like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah,
like,
this is really good. Okay.
I can't even.
Oh, by the way, chat loves you. Clean the chat. Can you? How do you fix the chat? How does that even happen?
I don't know. I need to clean you guys here.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. There.
Let me clean it.
Yeah, keep going. I think they're still a little dirty.
Yeah, I think so too.
She clean.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, friends that are here.
I also have to like, just brush it up and things. Like, I think I also need to like.
That's kind of cool looking. I'm not gonna lie. It's like.
This is fucking visual ASMR, dude.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna do the audio ASMR. I can't see. Though, because it's on the other screen. There we go. Hold on.
This is a music show.
Hold on.
What are you doing? No, stop it. Okay, listen.
What?
We need to clean this. We can't continue like this.
Why not?
This is disgusting.
What is wrong with this set, okay?
What did you do? Why is this like this? Fine, I'll leave then.
Bye.
Never coming back.
Well, that would be no surprise. I've already had to do all this stuff this way anyway. God.
Finally, you're doing something.
You guys couldn't hear that off camera, but she said, finally, I'm doing something. Even though I do the majority of this work on this show. Oh my God. Look who it is. Sarah Jazz has made her way. Here she is. Oh my God.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You're good. I like it. You're off center now because we changed everything.
Wait,
so
I'm coming.
Hold on.
That's what she said.
But see, look, I can actually reach over.
Wow.
3D Code Warrior. Thank you so much. Tammy, how are you? And you are the one that gets the donation alerts right over your face. That just makes me feel so much better about life. Oh my God. Sarah is the host. Actually, we're both the hosts. Thank you so much for the biddies.
I also need chat in here, by the way. Just saying.
Oh, well, I probably hit it by accident because I was changing things,
yeah,
okay?
You were changing things. This is very nice. Like, I can...
Yes, I can't see to bring your chat up if you do that to me. Thank you. There you go.
Okay, do we have background music? I'm not hearing anything.
I know I don't right now because during the intro I don't have it, but you don't ever really
Why?
need to hear it that loud. Because I don't need it during the intro.
Hey, JQ, thank you.
No, you stop flirting and do the show. You stop flirting and do the show, okay? That's how that works.
Listen, listen.
What?
We gotta do something because
What do we have to do?
this is important, okay?
Hold on.
This is importante. Importante, yeah?
Are you going to speak in Portuguese gibberish?
Yes.
Is that the
No,
return
we're
of this to
gonna
the
sing
show
Happy
again?
Birthday to Warrior because it's 3D code.
Are you gonna
Warrior's
play? Are you
birthday.
gonna play it on that horrible acoustic guitar over there?
I don't know how to play a Happy Birthday. I know how to play the sub song. That's all I know.
I want to. Okay, sax pedal guy. Listen, if you want touching face, you have to tip for that. Okay, this is not a free. There's no free rides here. Okay,
This is not
this is not
chatter. You know, texter bait or something.
Texter bait.
Yeah.
What? Why are you talking so quietly?
I don't know. I don't hear myself, which is great, by the way. Oh, I hear myself if I like go really like into this, and I really.
Yes.
Anyways, we need to do a Happy Birthday for Warrior. Are you
Okay.
ready?
Are we ready to do that?
Are we singing?
How much to slap silence? I don't know that I like that idea.
I don't like that idea either. I don't slap people.
Yeah, she's too
I'll
nice.
slap your bitch.
No, I don't like it.
Thank you, Sex Pedal Guy. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you for the biddies. Does that, like I said, I like that you get the alerts. We should probably fix that
Thank
at
you,
some point
Potato.
now.
Thank
I
you
just
for
liked
the-
having it over TVR's face, which is why
What?
that it was put there. The alerts go right over the host's
yeah, they
face.
do. And when you have like the follow thing, like it pukes onto the person's face. Which is
I just
amazing.
liked having that. I have that. Don't know idea. Ken to slap Sarah's ass. That's toss,
That's
by the way.
toss. That's
we
very
can't.
toss.
We
And
can't
slapping
do that.
is toss too, by the way. Slapping
Is
the
slapping in
faces.
general
Yeah.
toss?
You can't even. There's somebody got banned for slapping themselves.
Fantastic plastics. Wait, fantastic plastics. Oh my God.
Thank you, Warrior. Oh
Thank
my
you so much
God,
for that.
Thank you so much for gifting that sub to
Did you not put
Flossom.
on your headphones? Is that why you can't hear stuff? Because you said you couldn't hear. Or do you have them in?
I have them
Oh.
in.
Do you want them much
quality
louder?
Is terrible though.
Oh, you might have to. You have to jiggle the cord. You have to jiggle the cord, okay?
I have to jiggle it because the quality is like
Yes.
fucking terrible. It's like
Yes,
the
I know
worst
what your issue is.
quality that I've ever
Yes,
heard in my
you'll
entire
be able to
life.
fix it. It's a.
There we go. Oh my God.
See, I told you it's
See?
there.
It's like puke.
I can't make it do it on this screen, but I
No,
do like that it's
but
there.
Yes, we need to do. Thank you so much, Zena, for the follow. Also, we're gonna do something. We're gonna sing the sub song. We're gonna
sing the sub song
We're
"Happy
gonna sing the
Birthday,"
Happy
the
Birthday
famous sub song "Happy Birthday."
Yes.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yes. Are you ready?
Go, you start. I want to know what key you're gonna.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, 3D Code Warrior. Happy birthday to you. We love you. This is actually a very.
Portuguese now. Are you singing with me in Portuguese now?
Fuchsia fly.
That's not even. What is that? Okay, eu não sei falar. Eu não sei.
Here, you just do it. You're ready for this.
Happy birthday.
That's not Portuguese. How is that Portuguese? That's not Portuguese. You're too used to being here in the U.S. That's not Portuguese at all, okay? Holy crap, we have a hype train. WMRX, thank you so much for that.
Oh, Mr. X,
19
thank you so much.
months.
Danke dir.
We actually have you on the bulletin board as well this week. So
Oh, we do? Oh,
Yes.
Mr. X is on the bulletin
he
board.
is on the
Awesome.
bulletin board this week.
Thank you
I
so
love it.
much. Parabéns a você. Say the last word with me. Sing it with me. Nesta data querida,
Ida.
muitas felicidades,
Felicidades.
muitos anos de vida.
Vida. Are you?
Yes,
So,
yes.
as you can probably tell from this, Sarah Jazz is actually in America now. If you didn't notice that,
Hi.
Sarah Jazz is here. She's made it. She's finally made it after all this time. How does it feel to be here in the great old United States of America?
It's not my first time, but...
But how does it feel?
How does it feel?
It's not your first time.
It feels... It's not my first time, no. You didn't pop my cherry, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that's
sorry.
sad. That's sad for me.
Yeah. It's really sad for you.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it worked out that way. But
I'm sorry.
You know, other people have been there before. I'm not. Yes, Sarah Jazz is here. I know. Did you miss her? What's up, DJ
Yes,
Phoenix?
I'm
How are
back,
you?
and I'm so excited to be back. But TVR and Existence and Miss Mary Lou were pretty good, you know.
Pretty good. That's all you give them. You don't
Pretty
even
good
give them.
substitutes.
You don't
Pretty
even
good
give pretty good substitutes.
Yeah, I think my favorite. I'm so sorry, but my favorite was TVR.
I don't know, Dora and Mary, if you're watching, please send complaints.
I love you guys.
Send complaints over to her.
No, I love you, but you know, TVR is a special kind of breed. Don't you agree?
What kind of breeding does he do? He said he's a special kind of breed. What kind of breeding?
He's a special kind of human. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
You like how Sarah's just legs and arms. Her body, she got moved off her body,
Yeah.
and she moves a lot.
Thank you. Obrigada por todos os Scxrlet. Thank you so much.
Yes, and Scxrlet is our guest today.
Yes, today we have Scxrlet on.
The only reason she's obviously here is because she's one of 3D Code Warrior's favorites.
That is very true. Yes.
So
she is one of. We need
why?
to talk about that.
Why is she one of 3D Code Warrior's favorites?
Because she's amazing. She's very talented.
Because she's amazing. Just the way you are. Sarah's legs are to die. Sarah, they're worried that you don't have legs.
Thank you.
That was actually part of her coming to America. Was we had to dispose
Chopping
of the
off
legs.
my legs?
Yes, making sure that you didn't have any legs anymore. You know, that's what we really needed. We needed to make sure that was a thing.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. Oh, thank you so much, Warrior.
Thank you so much, Warrior, for going crazy.
J821, thank you so much.
J821.
Also, we have a hype train. I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
We have a hype
bit
train,
ago.
guys.
She's not used to. We're still working out the bugs in the new setup because obviously this is our first time doing a co-stream together.
1,500 gift subs.
Do we have to give a special?
Warrior
should we actually
just
do?
Reached 1,500
Should we actually
gift
do
subs on this
the
channel.
sub song on the acoustic guitar now that you said that?
Yeah, can I do
go
that?
get it. Go get it.
Can I do that?
I don't know that we're really gonna see it that well on stream, but whatever. It's fine. Here.
I'm sorry.
No, just throw it around. I have no idea if that's in tune. I've not even touched
Do you
it
think my
forever.
ukulele is in tune? Do you really believe that?
Here's a. Do you want to pick?
Oh my god, this is so huge. That's what she said.
That's what she said. Here, I'll just.
Oh, no.
I'll just. Yeah.
Am I sensitive girl with a guitar now?
Yeah, you are. You're totally. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for 1,500 subs.
Oh my God.
Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for gifting 1,500 subs. Warrior, you are awesome.
Thank you for 1,500.
This is so terrible.
Oh my God. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for gifting all those subs. Oh, this guitar sounds really nice. Here, I'll give you a pick back.
Just put it there. Thanks. Yes, you are a professional sex pedal. Thanks for that 100 bits.
Yes.
Yes,
Here.
she had just to put it back. She has new toys in here, though. That's the whole thing. So Sarah has to show.
Toys yet.
You did buy toys. You bought a shield at the dollar store. Listen, chat. Let's talk about this. So Sarah spent more money at the dollar store than any other human that I've ever seen spend money at the dollar store. We went to the dollar store, and not one of the ones where it's like, what are you doing? Oh my god, Sunfire with the raid. Thank you so much for that gigantic raid. Anyway, so she bought toys at the dollar store yesterday. Sarah Jazz is obsessed with the dollar store. And when she was there, she's got to do her dollar store haul now. Is that what this is? She's getting everything that she got at the dollar store? I should have reversed my camera too. We didn't think about that. We were literally making adjustments right up to the last minute, and she left the chair, so it's on my screen, which is very nice. Thanks for that.
Very busy.
Oh, this is she brought her one toy. Yes, she did. Listen.
Listen.
You.
This is important. I saw
She
this.
needs. This is a very special episode of Music Exposed.
Yesterday in the dollar store.
She needed this. This is clearly what she needed.
I saw this yesterday at the dollar store, and I was like, "This is what I need." Also, Sun, thank you so much for that read. I really appreciate it. Go follow Sun. She's amazing. Super awesome.
I said
gorgeous,
all that stuff, but
amazing drummer. I want to
appreciate
say
it.
that also, and awesome friend too. Anyways, what I got at the
Sarah
dollar
keeps
store-
moving around and fucking up all of your camera
sorry.
angles,
I'm
which
sorry.
makes me very happy.
We're not
I'm
used
like,
to this. Okay, I flail all around.
oh, I hit
okay?
the wrong button. But there you go. Yes, she's just like, yes, I'm sure it is a
I'm
little
gonna show
quiet
you
because she
guys
keeps
now.
pushing it away from
I'm gonna. Okay, listen, guys. Here. This was $1 at the dollar store. Wait. Look at that! It's a shield. Ken was like, you don't need that, right? And I was like, no, I totally need the shield. This is the most glorious shield I've seen in my entire life. Like, it's $1, dude. We should show.
I'll give it to her. How do you not buy it? That's never Muse. You're on the
Right?
wrong side. You're on the wrong side of history
he's on
here.
the right side because this shield is everything. It has like a little handle at the back too. I was like, oh, this shield is just gonna be, just a piece of plastic, and I can't. But it has like a handle. You can like fend off your enemies with this, and it has a dragon on it, and it looks so fucking cool. It's perfect for raids.
Coder, thanks so much.
1,501 fucking subs.
1501.
Thank you.
1501.
We got the warrior. And this is like, I can do this. Oh, we have a hammer here. I can do like Ed plays jazz. He also does like when somebody raids, he's like, fend them off. Has Ed plays jazz been streaming, by the way? I don't even know.
I have no idea. I have not. I've been dealing with you coming to America
Also,
and all the stuff that
I
we've
can't
done.
see chat again. Thank you for
God.
taking away my chat.
Oh my
He's
God.
trying to take you guys away from me.
That's totally what I'm doing. That's
He's
me.
really trying hard.
I was trying to fix something. That's all. Because you keep moving around and then they're like, you're so quiet. And then I try to fix that. I'm trying to fix a million things at once, okay?
Listen, I'm protecting myself from you. I'm gonna. No! This is abuse.
Yes, this is horrible abuse. It's the most horrible abuse
Listen.
you've ever suffered in your life. That's
Very
exactly
true.
what's
Very
happening
true.
right now.
Very true.
So Music Exposed has no idea where you've been. Like, people who are familiar with your stream and know where you are, know your journey, but tell us how you got back to here. How did you end up here in the U.S., and what are you doing in my house?
So I took the train to Mexico.
The train?
Yes.
How did the train go across the ocean?
There's like railings, and the train has like wings, so it like goes faster basically.
Okay.
And I took the train to Mexico. Then I was abducted by the cartel, and I worked in the brothel for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. They were like, if you don't work here for 2 weeks, you can never leave. So that's what I did. I cleaned the toilets, obviously, And,
yes, that's obviously what you do in a brothel. That's, yes.
Yeah, I was the cleaning lady. What are you talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
Who do you think I am? Yeah, it was, and trust me, guys, the bathrooms in the brothel are fucking disgusting. I don't know how you can, like, go to a brothel and you have to shit. You know what I mean? Like, who does that? Who does that? Like, who needs to go? Who is like
standard? Yes, other glow. Standard cartel 2-week contract sounds legit. Yeah, that's how the cartel works.
Yeah.
They're an equal opportunity employer. You can get anything there. Yes, yes.
Yes. So and then I got on a donkey. They have like donkeys with like hair.
A burro.
Burro. Yeah. And then they have like and then they carried me with the burro to America. That's why you missed me at the escalator at the because I came
That's
in
right.
with
You
the
came
donkey.
in. You came in the wrong door.
Yeah.
So they're like the border patrol for flying donkeys is a different gate than the rest of the airport.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I also had to answer why I'm not wearing a sombrero. Because there was actually a guy who was wearing a sombrero there.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck takes, like, a sombrero to the fucking airplane? You know what I mean?
I don't know why you wouldn't. Who doesn't take a sombrero to the airport?
Also,
That's what I want to understand.
In Guadalajara, there was sparrows living in the fucking...
I have a story. I have a story to tell about that. That's a bit of a different story. So, because I brought this up at this point, where do you hide all the maracas? True, I agree. But I have a horrifying story for chat that I've never told in chat before. So I traveled to Costa Rica once, and you were bringing up sparrows in the airport, and I'm like, well, that's better than having like giant mutant cockroaches like in Costa Rica. So I flew into Liberia, which was in Costa Rica, and I don't know, was Guadalajara the same in the sense that there was it open air? Like you could just walk out to the plane, or was it a building?
No,
okay, so it did
was
a terminal.
building. That's
okay,
the thing.
there were just sparrows living in there though,
Yeah,
like in a mall or something.
Yeah, it's really interesting because like it's totally closed. There's security everywhere and stuff.
Okay.
But there were sparrows living there. Like they were like flying around and they were like chirping and they were eating stuff that people were dropping on the floor.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's different though, because Liberia is an open air airport where literally to get on the plane there's no gate. You like walk out to the plane and there's a stairway that it's like a traditional old school airport.
Okay.
And so what is horrifying about the airport in Liberia is the fact that because it's open air and they have lights on at night, it's open at night, because there are lights on at night, it is filled with roaches in the morning. Yeah, do you ride the cockroach?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
So you're literally walking with your wheelie thing just crunching roaches on the ground. It's like... No, so so it gets worse. It gets worse. So these are like normal size roaches, which a normal size roach in Costa Rica is a scary.
What is a normal size roach? Like, show me.
Like probably about the size of like the head of this microphone. Is probably about a normal size roach in Costa Rica, maybe a little. That's
like in Portugal. That's
maybe
also,
a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
but no. So we're sitting there. And we're looking out. You know, it's early morning. We're about ready to get on a flight. We've been working for days and days. Costa Rica is amazing. Yeah, exactly. Thomas Frank knows where I'm going with this, because a normal size roach in Costa Rica is a rat sized roach. So that's where I'm going.
Wow.
So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden we see. There's like rows of seats like you would see at a normal airport, and we hear this loud scream, and we see like the front 2 rows of seats all like get up. They're all like, ah! And you all see them scattered, and you see something come flying out from under the seats below us, and it was a roach, and I shit you not, it was the size, I can't show my feet on camera, but look at my foot. Yeah. It was the size of my foot. This roach.
Tell them what
I wear size 12 shoes. It was the size of my foot. And cockroaches in Costa Rica also, they hiss. So I don't know if where you come from. They hiss and they can almost fly. But the ones that are that big can almost fly. So you hear it just going.
Oh my god.
And it just goes flying into the back. And it's starting to try to fly now because it's unhappy with where it's at. So that's not the end of this. Some of them fly, but the ones that are that huge can't fly. That's the thing. So they don't fly because it's too big to get off the ground. So they just flap and hiss and
oh my god.
And so they're so angry. So this is not the end of the story. So some dude comes over. It's just some dude that's standing over while this thing is just freaking out like ha 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 against the wall. And this dude just walks over and just fucking punts it. Just kicks it. And you see it. Pabs Lonan, thanks so much for that
Thank
sub.
you so much for the resub. I really
but he just walks over. This dude just walks over and just fucking boots it. Boom. It goes flying across the room. And now this thing is even more pissed.
Oh!
And so it's laying on its back. It's like, ah! Like freaking out, making noises. And this dude just goes over, and it was seriously like a villain scene in an action movie where the guy just walks over. He's like this. I can even do this on your camera. See, I can get over here. He walks over and he's just looking at it like this. It's like villain scene, like in its face. He's like, yeah, bitch, yeah. And then he just starts fucking with it. He's like not kicking it. He's just like kicking it a little bit and just pissing it off more and more. And it just can't get off its back. This thing is just so livid. And then finally, after like 5 minutes of this going on, we're all just sitting there like horrified at this guy. He kind of walks away and gets bored of it. He's like, all right, I'm done with it. Then he comes back for more. This thing is still over there, so we're just like, whatever, and it starts calming down, and everyone kind of goes back to their thing, and we're all still horrified because there's these giant monster roaches all over. Then he goes back for more. He didn't have enough of fucking with this cockroach, so he goes back and starts kicking it again. And he's like, clearly this cockroach isn't pissed off enough to do that. So at least you got that instead of sparrows, or you got sparrows instead of that,
sparrows
because
I'll
that
take
is a horrifying.
Sparrows. I mean, not 1,000, but
I will take 1,000 sparrows at this point. Yes, I think that's totally what you should do. But yes.
Yes.
So would you? What a great story. Yeah, I know, it's wonderful, isn't it? A+ for effort. I just like this. I like that we can do this. I like that we can do this to each other's camera. Like that's what makes the show. Your hand is very clammy. Thanks for that. You're gonna make me super shiny.
My hand is always very clammy. What are you
not
talking
normally.
about?
She said,
Yes,
listen. She said that her hand is normally very clammy, but it's really not.
Which
It's
is
not
good
that
for
bad.
some things, you know.
Like bye. Which is good for what?
You know, for some things and bad for other things. You know,
I don't. What
it's bad
things?
for hand holding.
What things? What
it's
things
good
is it good
other
for?
things.
What,
you know,
what is it good
things
for?
that need lubrification. You know?
Did you just say lubrification?
Yeah.
What is that? What is lubrification? I enjoy that. Hey, what do you use lubrification for? Like, I don't even what?
You know, what is the word then?
Lubrication. But I like lubrification. I like that better.
I also prefer lubrification.
For a clam job? I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Northbound.
That sounds kind of delicious because, clams.
I know it should. I know, and now, but we all know that your family prefers oysters. So
that's very true.
I did drop the rim shot for that. I had to drop the inside knowledge. Listen, that was the silence has inside knowledge of things now because I've had real life.
My mom is rolling on the floor right now.
Yeah, we know.
So he's like,
Is that how your mom laughs? That's kind of weird. I'm gonna meet your mom and be like, "Hi, I'm Tyler." She's gonna be like, that's how she's gonna be.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Mom. I like Mom, but that's a little strange. I'm not gonna lie.
And yes, it's like it's lubrication.
Lubrification. No, it's lubrification.
So like clammy hands are good for but it's bad for everything else. If you don't need any lubrification, it's very annoying. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If there's no.
Yeah, when your lubrification ratio is off, it just doesn't work. You know what? I have to fix this camera. It's driving me nuts.
Yeah,
Here, hold
you're
it for a
looking
second.
At the other side.
Yeah, it's driving me
Yeah.
nuts. I
Hi,
have to
guys.
go fix it.
How
Hi,
are you?
I'm gonna go fix that.
Is it mine?
It's on you.
My camera?
I know. I'm fixing mine.
Oh,
I have to put it in studio mode to do it, so it doesn't change your scene.
Yeah.
I'm so
Hi,
smart.
everybody.
Look at me. I'm so
Are
smart.
you guys glad?
Are you guys lubrified? Are you
You guys
lubrification?
lubrificated?
Yeah,
Are
I
you
know.
guys lubrificated? Are you guys happy that I'm back? Or wouldn't you guys prefer TVR on this show? I really enjoyed the show with TVR. That was really funny. I think he's so much better than me.
Look at this. I can look this way, and it actually looks the right way now.
Oh,
Because I keep
wow.
looking at you, and it's super weird. So I'm
Yeah.
like, that's super weird. Need to fix it. Yes. Oh wow, we have the technology. Anyway, what about TVR? Go back to
TVR
it.
is amazing. That's what I was saying. Like, he's so much better than me. Like,
What? Shut up.
You
He's
look
not
like
so
a
much
woman
better
from
than-
the 40s, 50s. Wow, I look that old?
Yeah. Okay. We're not gonna.
That was a great joke. Come on. Come on. That was a great joke. Thank you, Mom.
I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying. They're not wrong. Okay. Not
You know?
wrong. Yeah.
How old would I be? I would be 70. 70, yeah. I would be that's how old I
No,
would.
if you were born in 1950, we're what, 2020?
Thank you so much,
70, yeah.
TVR, for the resub.
But if
I
you
really appreciate
TVR,
that.
you were just talking about it. So
Yeah.
no, you
I've
would
never
be.
met
You would
anyone
have been. If you were born in the 40s, though, you'd be 80 right now. You'd be 80 years old.
But if I look up like a woman from the 50s or 60s.
Oh, I thought he said no 40s,
40s,
50s.
50s, yeah,
I was gonna
true.
say 40s would
Yeah,
be 80.
okay.
So you look 80 years old. Is what your mom is saying.
Yeah.
And then she's like, since that's how your mom laughs for some reason,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
It is.
It totally is. But yeah, so music exposed. Hi
Hi.
guys, welcome back. Do we Tomorrow.
You're like, stop watching this show because tomorrow there's other things happening.
Yeah, tomorrow
Yes.
we have a very exciting show, though. It's on your channel, though, so...
I like how you act like that's a bad thing. You're like, it's on your channel, so clearly it's going to be terrible.
And
you
also,
know?
yes, TVR, you are better than me. Like, I was laughing my ass out. I was literally pooping while TVR was on. You know? Because he was so funny. Have you ever laughed?
Why do you laugh so hard you poop? Like, I've heard of people laughing so hard that they pee, but I've never heard of someone laughing so hard that they poop. That's a whole other level. That's like distress there. That is true distress.
But
Yes.
listen, imagine you really have to go, right? Just imagine you really have to go, right?
Okay, I'm imagining it, I guess.
You're also like, you have diarrhea, you know what I mean? Like, you have diarrhea, which you wouldn't have if you subscribe to this channel, by the way. So you have diarrhea, and you have to poop. But for some reason, on the way to the toilet, somebody tells you a really good joke. And you just can't stop laughing. And wouldn't you think that...
Haven't you missed her, chat? Haven't you missed Sarah being on the show? Aren't you horrible? Hasn't it been horrible without her in the picture, you know? Yes.
I told you, TVR. I'm just making my point that TVR is so much better than me.
I think that's rude.
Because he was talking about kicking elves to get their juices, you know? And I'm here over here. Oh, Wax, how are you, by the way? I haven't seen you in 1,000 years. Hi.
1,000 years.
Yeah.
Well, here, I'll take the shield for that.
You
All
need
right.
to. I mean, you do need that shield if you're laughing so much that your diarrhea is leaking out of your butthole. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I'm just gonna leave it with you for a while. I don't have anything to contribute to your diarrhea conversation, since that's obviously that's what the show's been missing since you were gone. 3D Code Warrior, thanks so much for that gift of wax.
Thank you so much for
Yes,
giving
no,
that
since obviously that's where your brain is right now. Like,
I'm sorry. Listen,
that's what the quality content the show has
I was
been mixing.
thinking about elk juice, so I was like, you know, elks are brown, and what other things are there that are brown and juicy?
Well, the good news is now you have a brown sweater, so when you're in it, it's brown and juicy.
What do you mean I have a brown sweater?
You bought a brown sweater. Remember yesterday? You don't even remember yesterday?
What? No, that's a skirt. That's not a sweater.
Oh, it's a skirt.
It's a skirt.
It looked like a
Yeah.
sweater. Okay, I don't know what it was, but
Yeah.
it was brown. All right. So we have learned
it's
this.
a
Chat.
skirt.
Listen, I'm going to tell you some Sarah Jazz secrets. Are you ready for
God.
Sarah Jazz secrets?
Oh, no.
Things that I know now that I've been living with Sarah Jazz the last few days, and I understand what's going on with her. She has the memory of a goldfish. This is not a lie. She has the memory of a goldfish. You'll tell her something, and a few minutes later, she will not remember what you told her. And that is if, part two, she has actually fucking listened to anything that you say. Because you will literally look at her and talk to her, and she'll be nodding and acting like she's hearing you, and then she'll just be like, I heard nothing. Like, I understood nothing of what you just said.
No, I say I didn't listen. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
She did say that. She literally, but she'll look at you. This is what's worse. She will look at you and acknowledge you, but then tell you she's not listening.
I'm like,
so she'll be
yeah,
like, yes, yes,
sure.
I didn't listen to what you said.
And then he's like asking a question. I'm like, come again? What were you talking about?
And as I said, fact number 3, Sarah has a shopping problem, which we talk about this all the time, especially when it comes to the dollar store. So this is how bad that it goes. I've never met a person in my life who has spent more money at a dollar store than Sarah does. We went to the dollar store, and literally everything was, ooh, I need this. Ooh, I need that. Ooh, I need this. Including, which I know is coming soon, her very special Fortnite pajama costume, which we just got. She needed that, but she spent over $40 at a dollar store, which I've never seen anyone
I got 40 items though.
Yes, you did, but you got most of those. Okay, let's just agree. Most of those items were not super necessary.
They were. I think this shield, for example, is very necessary. I mean, please tell me, chat, type 69 in chat if you think this is a necessary item. It's $1. It's $1, and it has the handle. What are you talking about?
420.
Yes.
Everyone, Thomas Frank, no.
No, this is something you need. And I bought
mandatory shields. Yes.
I also bought.
Northbound Matt is right. Silence's bedroom is just filled with dollar store junk right now. You're not wrong. You are not wrong at this point.
And I bought, and this lady at the cashier, she was like, "Do you have so many things?" And he was complaining. By the way,
I was not complaining. I was not
nonstop complaining.
complaining.
Sarah, please stop buying more stuff. And I was like, I just need this, you know.
She's making that up. That did not happen.
That's not true. You were complaining.
I was not complaining. That is not true at all. The handle was free. That's
right,
really
TVR?
true. Yeah.
Like, right? And then
listen, chat. This is how far it goes. She got upsold at the dollar store. Not only that she fell for the "would you like fries" with that. Like that's what happened.
I got upsold, but I'm gonna tell you what I got upsold. So she was like, "You have so much stuff. You also need this." And then she pulls out a Fortnite dino costume suit, like a full suit, like a full body.
It is. It's like a full body PJs. Yes.
And it's like I was even like, how much is that? Is that like $1? Because it's like I'm gonna show you at some point, guys.
Yeah.
I probably will stream in it, and you're gonna try it out because if it fits you, then we're gonna. If
it fits you, it probably fits me. We're actually not.
We're gonna.
This is a fact. This is another fun fact about Sarah. For those of you who didn't know, Sarah is very tall. A lot of you might not realize that from stream, but we're actually pretty close to the same size. I'm like maybe an inch taller, but we're pretty close to the same size. So yes, I will probably fit in your PJs. Yeah, she'll probably stream it, but this is what's funny. So chat, here's the funniest part about the Fortnite pajamas. They're green.
Yeah.
And we're in front of a green screen. So when she's wearing them on stream, she's literally just going to be a disembodied face. And if you have on the hat, that will be gone too.
I know what we're gonna do.
So you're just literally just gonna be just a face with nothing else.
I know what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I have a plan.
Okay,
I have a plan,
what's your
chat.
plan? What's your plan?
We're gonna see if he fits into the thing too. Then we're gonna go back to the dollar store and buy another one if they're not sold out. Because she said
I'm scared to take you. I'm scared to take you back to the dollar store though.
Hotcakes. No, it's just I'm just gonna take $1. Okay. I'm just gonna take $1 with me.
Yes.
And then I think we're gonna go on a walk and stream it and both wear that. Like each of us wear it. It's like a full suit thing. Like it's a full it even has like a little hole for your face and stuff. It's like a full thing. It's a full
chat.
costume.
If you want this, you can donate to the stream because we need all your dollars.
I would do it for free, but we
need all your dollars. Okay, you would do it for free because you already did it. That's why. At this point, you've already invested the dollar.
No,
Thomas, you're right. Silence is like, help me. That's exactly what's going on with me.
I'm a sellout. I'm a whore for fame. So.
Blast through the door. I only have $1.
It's a onesie, exactly, mermaid.
Yeah, it is a Fortnite.
It's
onesie.
a Fortnite green dino onesie. I've never seen that skin. The green dino skin or whatever that is. I have no idea what it is, but it is a green dino onesie. It's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna wear it. And the thing is, you don't understand when you have things like this and a dinosaur Fortnite onesie for $1 each. How can you not take that? Like, I don't understand your reasoning. I don't understand how you don't buy that. You know, like why would you not? Chat, why would you not take this for $1? It's $1 and it's a fucking badass.
Yes, creative minds because it's just more junk. That's pretty much it.
It's not junk. This is important stream stuff. You know what I mean? This is
how America
expensive.
gets you. It is true.
It's work expensive. Yeah.
She's tax writing it off. A shield for stream.
I'm gonna write it off. I am.
I love it.
You guys are gonna. It's like stream props. You know. This is like every time.
Pretty good deal. Yeah.
Every time somebody raids, now I'm gonna do the raid dance too, and bang this at the same time.
You're gonna break it with that hammer though. You should get drumsticks instead. They're drumsticks.
No. What are you talking about? Drumsticks are for drums. Warrior, muy obrigada. Thank you so much for gifting that sub to Scxrlet. Thank you.
Drumsticks are for drums.
Props. I get it, Sam. Right? like, imagine this is also for sexy times. Okay. So you don't think that me in a sexy, like...
And a sexy Fortnite dinosaur onesie with a shield? That's not really my kink, I'm not gonna lie,
so
okay?
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna dress really sexy for you. I'm gonna
Thomas,
hold
what the
this-
fuck, sir?
I'm gonna hold this like in front of me like that. I'm gonna be like, hey, do you wanna see more? Do you want me to remove my shield, baby? Would you like that? You know what I mean? And then like this is beautiful. Also, this is that you can put this between your legs if you don't want people to harass you, or you're like, not today. You know, you're like this is like
You gotta use
not
it as a
today
chastity
thing.
shield? Okay, Chad. I'll go with
Yeah.
that.
So
Okay.
you like attach it to your bum. And like if you have it during the
It's
day,
just
you know that
chastity
she
for,
doesn't.
It's just
or
chastity
him.
for anal?
Yeah. Yes.
You can't use it for...
Yeah. I mean, we know it's no anal anyways. Butt spa is it's a kink shield. Yes. So when the thing is, if you ever see me wearing this around the house, you know that.
Will you be
you
in
know
the
that-
Fortnite dinosaur costume at the
Yes.
same time? That's
Yes.
the question.
And I will
Okay.
be like, today I can't. I have a migraine. I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
no, you have to be like, not tonight. Get it? Night, shield.
Yeah, I think I'm leaving.
Bye. Have fun back in Germany. Okay. This is the last episode of Music Exposed. Shampoo. Yes. I'm for it.
What does your sister think of all the
We
dollar
actually
store
bought my
products?
sister. So what does my sister think of them? We bought multiple things for Sister Noise as well. So sister got this very horrible. Oh, you want kazoo fart here? Hold on. So we got her this very horrible pen. That is a big fuzzy pen. Does she have a shield? No, we didn't buy my sister a
I
shield.
bought her something though. I bought her those that fuzzy pen. Yeah. Were you talking about that?
Yeah, that's what I was just
I
gonna.
wasn't listening. Sorry.
See what I'm talking about? This is the thing. She looks at me and she's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna say that thing that you literally just said." That's how it works.
Sorry, I was listening. Sorry.
Yeah, I understand. So the good news for that is we bought her a nice fuzzy pen, and then also we bought her some gummy llamas. She needed some gummy llamas.
Yeah.
So that's what we got her. Hi, fly. There's a fly for some reason. Hi. I've never
for
seen that.
smacking it into me.
Wait, fine. Hi, fly. Hi.
I'm an all black, so it could be. You know.
That's true. When does
Yeah.
Sarah actually listen?
Never. That's why I always say listen, because I'm not a listener. So other people.
Yeah,
listen
she
to
just
me.
wants. She literally just wants you to. Yeah, use the shield. All right.
It's a shield for the fly.
Yes, the shield for the fly. Did you get a sword with the shield? No, just the shield.
I was looking for the sword. There was
You know
no
what I just
sword.
noticed about the
I
shield?
was
Though, look
also-
at it. It's got a dragon on it,
Yeah.
and you have dragon pants.
Yeah, I do.
No, that matches,
That's why
so-
I love it. Have you not understood that yet? It has a dragon on it. That's why it's amazing. Guys, look.
Is that Trogdor? Pretty much.
That's amazing. Like, $1. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, how are you not excited about this? Like, I was so excited. I saw this. I was like, oh, and it has a dragon on it. It's a shield, and it has a dragon on it. That's amazing. You know?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. It has a dragon on it. Yeah, I'm Daenerys now. I also
You're
need some...
Daenerys now? Oh, okay. I
Wait,
see that's how it is.
I'll be right back.
Oh, God, no. What are we doing now? Hi, chat. Yeah, you got to remember to unplug. I like how you take your headphones out rather than unplug it. She literally just throws her headphones on the ground. Like, that's her strategy. Also, I don't see Scxrlet yet. And I'm like, oops, we should see Scxrlet. Because we knew that we haven't done a stream yet, so we knew that this was just going to be off the reels. Never take her to Toys R Us. No. Isn't Toys R Us bankrupt anyway? What are you doing?
Did you watch Game of Thrones?
What are you doing right now? Why do you have that? All right, hold on. Look, she just comes walking in with this. Why do you have this? Why?
Wait, do you know Daenerys? Do you not know Daenerys? You don't know. You have.
I know who Daenerys is. I've read and watched Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, zoom in on me, please.
Oh, here. I don't know why you have this right now. What are you doing?
I'm totally.
Silent stuff away slowly. Yeah, don't break those in the office. I agree. Not for that. Wow, your dragon's made even more babies. There's so many eggs. That's true.
If you guys haven't, you guys don't know she is the carrier of the dragon eggs. You guys don't know anything.
I do. I actually am familiar. Thank you for saying that.
Like crazy. That was hilarious.
She said that was hilarious. Why didn't I laugh like crazy? Chat. Send her home while there's still time. I guess I could. She keeps spinning the chair into the green screen. You keep changing everything in here. Is it weird that American eggs are white?
Okay, listen. You were talking about me. I need to talk about you, too.
Oh, are you talking about me?
I'm going to talk about you. So
hold on, your mic is nowhere near your face now. There's all this garbage in the way. All this dollar store junk is now in the way. Listen, and awesome things.
Listen,
here. Yes.
Listen, you need to understand something.
Oh,
guys.
Okay.
So, hello. Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, trying to get it in. Wait, it's almost in. Wait. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. Okay. Sorry. I get excited about things.
Sarah's learning. So if you wonder why my studio is like this, because all my shit in here is broken. She's learning that very slowly.
What do you mean?
Because I am a poor musician and all my shit is
I'll buy
broken.
You shit.
Stop it! No.
Yes,
No.
I'll buy you everything. Doesn't matter.
In and out, up and down, grab something. Yes, she needs all the props. Okay, am I going to you? All right. Hold
yes.
on.
So
okay.
a thing that you guys don't know, Silence is so fucking organized. Like, he even tracks his steps and shit. Like, he's like literal. Like, I don't know how he doesn't walk around with a notebook. I mean, he does walk around with his phone. So, like, with a notebook where it's like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom now. Okay, that's done. No, I have to do this. Like, you're so organized. I'm literally the opposite of that.
Yes.
I'm so the opposite of that. Like, I don't organize for shit. I don't even know what I'm doing in 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've learned this.
I could be getting more eggs out of the fridge or something.
Yes, you could be protecting them with your shield over here.
Yes.
There you go.
That's what I could do, you know.
Yes.
Or I could do this and not have planned it, you know.
Yes. Yes. 3D Code Warrior, aren't you glad you sponsored this? Happy birthday to you. I think she's joined us now, which is good news.
Okay,
so
cool.
We'll be ready to kick to you in just a second, Scxrlet, who is, as I said, here because 3D Code Warrior loves her so much, which is super exciting.
Mm-hmm. That's not true. She is here because she's awesome, an awesome musician.
Of course,
but also, she's here today.
She's here today. I didn't mean in general.
Today is 3D Code Warrior's birthday, and he's
like,
a huge fan of her.
Yeah.
Warrior is a huge fan of Scxrlet. He really, really enjoys her a lot. And
he does.
I don't know how old he is.
Yeah, 3D Code Warrior,
today.
How old are you? Tell us in chat. What's your social security number? Could you tell us in that chat as well, please?
I said the moment you turn 29, you are just 29 forever. So I think he just turned 29 again. You know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah.
I've been 29 for many years now then.
Yeah, I can tell.
What is that supposed to mean? What is that supposed to mean? Listen, I have youthful vigor, okay? I am a vigorous individual.
You have drunken from the youth juice.
Yes, that's me.
You drank from the youth juice, you know?
This is the indication
my
joke
jokes today are all over the place. They're really good. I mean, I even got props, dudes. Like, what the hell?
Dudes. Yes, dudes. You've got it.
Sometimes I call you dude and then I feel bad.
Why do you feel bad for that? Sometimes I call you bro. Well, this is because this is another Sarah secret. She gets here and she's like, oh, you know that, what were you saying, your nephews, I believe it is? You're like, my nephews say bruh all the time.
They do.
And what makes it even better is that they're not speaking English.
Yeah, they speak German, like blah, 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 something, and then like, bruh. And I'm like, what? Because they watch Twitch now. They're like old enough that they can watch Twitch.
Yes.
They watch Music Exposed too, but they don't watch my regular streams because my regular streams are not for kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I love that your family censors you. You're like, listen, kids, you can't watch your aunt. She's just a problem on the stream.
She's a
you know?
problem.
She's just a problem. It's just
a
bad
big
for you.
problem.
You're not allowed to watch that. But anyway, let's give some love. Let's kick it over to Scxrlet, who, again, amazing musician, amazing DJ. She has some cool stuff in store for us today.
Yes, she does. I'm so excited.
And we are so excited to have her. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes!
Scxrlet64.
All right. I want to make sure you guys can hear me just fine. How you doing?
We can hear you just fine.
Perfect. Happy birthday, Code Warrior. Thank you so much for suggesting. Although I did know Sarah Jazz before you, so well, I don't know who knew who first.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I did, and she is so freaking talented and has such a great personality and sense of humor, and I think she's fucking dope.
Dope.
Fucking dope. So I decided to just pick something fun that you guys are gonna like. So yeah, let's just get to it, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Bump the jam, bump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is bumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Bump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, cause that's where the party's at, and you'll find out if you do that. And the jam is bumping, and the jam is bumping, and the jam is bumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping, 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 jumping. Yo. Bump the jam, bump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is bumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Bump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, cause that's where the party's at, and you'll find out if you do that. And the jam is bumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. And the jam is bumping. Look ahead, the crowd is just. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Jumping, 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 jumping,
sorry. Sorry? What are you sorry for? The gate. I opened it. I'm the monster. No, Elle, you're not the monster. You're saving me. Do you understand?
Tried so hard and got so far, but in the end it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end it doesn't even matter.
guys so much. I'm Scxrlet64. Happy birthday, Code Warrior.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was amazing.
She did such an amazing job.
Yes. Okay, let's do the bulletin board, and then we're going over to the interview.
I like how you act like you're hosting now. I'm hosting. I'll do the bulletin board when I want. How about that? So good. What's up, bulletin board friends? First of all, as always, thank you guys so much for all of you who contribute to the bulletin board each and every week. You all do so much hard work. This week, I didn't have to find but one of these songs myself, and it's because I love Otherglow.
Yeah, we have an echo.
Yeah, I think it's coming from.
You think it's from Scxrlet? Scxrlet, can you maybe
Hold
turn
on,
this?
does that work? Did I fix it?
Let's try it now. No,
Nope.
it's still there.
Still there.
Let me make sure it's not on my end.
Do you think it's on your end?
I don't think so, because it just started.
It's fine now, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah, I think it's fine now.
there we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're fine now. Okay, awesome.
Sorry about that. But anyway, so continuing onward, thanks again to all of you who contribute so much to the bulletin board. This week, I only had to find one thing myself, which is always super amazing for us to deal with. First of all, thanks so much to Mum Jazz for providing so much. Mum actually provided us with a bunch of stuff this week.
Really?
So thank you so much. To Glasswegian, as always, to Creative Minds, and to all of you who submit things to us. It makes such a huge difference for me, especially on a week where, like this week, where I had zero time to do anything since, Sarah's over there and we had lots of things going on. But let's talk about new releases from streamers this week. This one actually really excites me, and I want to spend some time with this. Maxidrums, for those of you who don't know Max very well, he's a huge friend of the channel. He's the last person of Kappa Kappa we've not had on the show yet, so I definitely want to get him on in the new year.
Yeah.
He'll be on in the new year, but he has a new project called Maximilium that just came out by his EP, exactly. So he just dropped an EP called Ecopocalypse. You all want to make sure that you go check that out. Wolfgang Merx, who all of you know in the chat, W_MRX in the chat, he just dropped a new album as well called X1819, which is available now on Bandcamp, so check that out. Someone please post musicexposed.show in the chat a few times, just so that people know where to find all these releases. I realized I forgot to do that. Otherglow, as we mentioned, the aforementioned Otherglow, 2 weeks in a row, Otherglow has releases going on. He just dropped his new song that's called New Sun. For those of you who've watched his stream, you might be familiar with that song, but make sure that you check that out. Amazing indie shoegaze, as he calls it. So make sure you check that out. Emmy Law just dropped her new EP that's called Happy. So that's available on Spotify and all the music services. Imaginary Future, which is the project of Kina Granis. A lot of you might know Kina from streaming. She just dropped her new song that is actually a very interesting song. I was listening to it as I was putting the bulletin board together. It's called The Middle of July, so you'll want to check that out. Lynx, Lynx, just dropped a new single that's called There You Go. Nicole Millar just dropped a new single that's called Boring. The Songery, who's been a big support of my channel, and they are amazing musicians themselves, just dropped an entire album worth of improv jams that's called Improv Volume 1, and that's available on all the music services. Alana Sterling, who many of you know, we talked about her new single Chemicals last week. She just dropped a new music video for that's available now that you can watch. And Zoe Wren, who also dropped an album last week that we mentioned, just dropped her new music video that's called Elephants and drums. So massive bulletin board this week. Maximilian, Wolfgang Merckx, Other Glow, Emmy Law, Imaginary Future, Lynx, Nicole Millar, The Songery, Alana Sterling, Zoe Wren. It's getting really hard to say all of these in one breath now when we have like 10 to 12 of them on here. That is your Music Exposed bulletin board. Make sure you check those all out at musicexposed.show. It is a huge effort. Actually, that was my moment of panic before the show today, was the fact that I had not yet finished the bulletin board.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're setting up all this stuff. But again, make sure you go check those out. That is one of the major reasons that we do this show, is to promote streamer releases, is to let people know about what streaming musicians are doing. And it's amazing to be able to do that. And thank you guys so much. Oh, for fuck's sake, there's new Mama Joe too. I realized they sent me that. That's one that I missed. There is new Mama Joe, and they sent it to me. So you know what? I will put it up in between now and then, but I will also announce it next week.
Okay, cool.
Sorry about that, because I
that.
realized,
Yeah.
again, we had so much going on. Mama Joe did send me that, and I realized I totally forgot it because it's
Yeah.
in a Discord DM. It's so
It's
annoying.
fine. You can do it next week.
No,
okay?
I can't. I
Yes,
did
you
that. I failed you all. I failed the job.
Okay, let's now go to Scarlett, who is our guest today. I'm very, very excited to have her on and ask her all the questions. Here is Scarlett! 64, hi!
She's so. I love the lime green.
Yeah,
She's so.
you look amazing.
I got a UV light not too long ago, months ago, and ever since I got that, it's been like, I need to have things that glow in,
Yes.
in the
Yes.
black light in my room. So lots of green has entered my branding.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Nice.
love it. It's so nice.
So you guys met before, as you mentioned. We were on
Yeah.
a walk this morning, and you told me that you guys met before. So how did you guys meet?
Yeah, I think we met the first time on Gone Dogs or something. Right?
Actually, I think I might have, but I do remember hosting you.
Yeah, but I
'Cause
think weren't we on Gone Dogs before at the same time or something? Maybe.
Honestly,
I
I
don't even know.
remember. I've met.
They're like, we don't actually really even like each other. We're on this show together. Like, we're having beef right now at this point.
Yeah, I mean, this is Music Exposed.
That's
you know?
right. That's where we talk about all the beef.
I am
and the
so
music.
jealous of her saxophoning that
Aw.
I just can't help but just hate her guts. But
But the real question is, are you jealous of her shield that she got at the dollar store?
Oh my gosh, if I saw that at the dollar store, I would buy it even
Right?
if I had no immediate reason for it right away.
Right? I agree. I bought this and he was like, why are you buying that?
Girl,
It's like,
I play Dungeons and Dragons.
Right,
I,
exactly.
now I can complete my paladin
Yes.
cosplay.
Yes. I mean, it has a dragon on it, so it's
It
perfect.
does.
Yeah.
It's the dragon. So
Yeah.
I'll let you
Oh,
take the first
dragon
questions.
lord.
Since you've been missing for so long, what can you step back in the chair and ask the first question?
I'll step into the chair. No, you
stand
sit,
in your
you
chair.
Sit, you
Could you
sit.
stand in your chair and ask the first question, please?
So Scarlett, actually, I'm very interested in this because I do see you in the Just Chatting community quite a lot, or like interacting with people of the Just Chatting community quite a lot. How would you compare the music community to the Just Chatting community? Do you feel like there's a difference, or which one do you identify most with? Because like the music community, I mean, the music community sometimes is really weird, especially the songs.
Yeah,
This guy right here.
No,
but like the
singer-songwriters.
Are you talking about the viewers, or are you talking about the cast?
streamers, like the
streamers.
community, streamers and viewers, I guess. Yeah.
So I interact more with the music community. I have a weekly podcast that features musicians, mostly DJs and producers, but sometimes we get songwriters and other various things. So I definitely communicate more with the music side, mostly other DJs and producers.
Yeah.
I know a couple of the singer-songwriters. Sometimes will hang out in their channel. When I lurk in those kind of channels, it's more for like educational reasons. I love hanging out in the producers' channels to pick up some like Ableton tips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I really, so I spend a lot, but then I also have so many like girlfriends that I met from like docs or all around. So I don't know, like I stream in Just Chatting all the time, even when I'm doing music, because there's a lot more traffic just in general.
Very true.
And I do talk a lot to my audience, even when I am performing. So
That's an interesting question, because I know that a lot of... how long have you been streaming for now?
3 years.
Okay, so you're one of the more old school people, and it seems like a lot of the older school people who have been streaming for, more than a couple of years, all seem to still do that. What do you think is the advantage, or do you think there's an advantage? As you mentioned, there's more traffic in the just chatting category, but do you feel like you've seen an advantage, or have you done like an experiment where you tried to stream to music
all the time,
versus just chatting and see how it works?
I switch all the time. It depends on who's streaming. It depends on how many people are streaming. If there's a lot of big streamers in music, then maybe I won't, because I'm not going to really show up close to the top anyway. Just chatting, I don't get that many viewers, so I am a little bit buried underneath a little bit, but I find that viewers in just chatting don't have a specific thing they're looking for. They're just looking for an interesting thumbnail and interesting conversation. Whereas in the music section, people are kind of, I think they're browsing for something specific. Like, I'm looking for a singer-songwriter. I'm looking for a DJ that plays this specific music. So I actually just switch it up. And I also like to expose myself to new audiences. There's probably a lot of people who only hang out in just chatting, and people who only hang out in music. And new people are coming to Twitch every day. So I like to kind of, if I notice I plateau in one, I'll kind of go to the other and just keep exposing my content to as many new eyes as I can.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's super smart.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, go ahead, you can ask the next question. So,
actually, before you answer that, one of my mods, Plaza, says more trolls and just chatting. You'd be surprised. I find the equal amount of trolls and meanness in music and just chatting, because I think because the kind of people who target people like me know that there's plenty of girls in the music section that they can go bully. So.
Now, do you find that there's a difference in the troll strategy, though? Whereas just chatting trolls might just be people who are like, oh my god, girl, I have to make girl jokes. Whereas in the music category, it's like, oh, if you don't play this music, or skill checks or other things like that. Do you feel like there's a difference in trolls between just chatting and music?
I get a lot of the same. Sometimes I don't even know what category I'm streaming in. I'll forget, because it's exactly
She's like, sometimes I'm in travel and outdoors. I don't even know I'm there. That's just where I'm at.
It's the same thing. Someone said I am a fake DJ who has a ghost producer, which is weird.
What would that even mean? Like, what would be the point of that? It would be the most boring thing in the world because you have all the gear. Like, what would be the point?
Yeah, I'm like, that would be kind of lame. And it's not that hard. I'm gonna be honest. Being a DJ, I'm a broad musician. I'm a classically trained pianist, singer. I produce. DJing is literally the easiest facet of my music repertoire. It's not hard to learn if you really like it. There is a learning curve, but
yeah, of course.
If you have any sense of musicality, it's not hard to learn, and you can. It's easy to be an entry-level DJ. It's hard to get like fancy with it, but entry-level DJ, not hard. So I'm surprised when they like accuse me of faking it. I'm like, it'd be so much easier to not fake it. Yeah. That would be so much effort to just pretend. What?
Yeah.
So since we're on Music Exposed, as Sarah mentioned, because Sarah's all about the questions that are like the goofy drama or the clout or whatever. What have you ever had a troll that, or somebody say something in chat that was troll in nature that was good enough to actually crack you up? You're like, okay, I have to give you props. That was a quality troll.
I gotta think about it. I have had times where I actually won't ban someone because I was like, I would have banned you, but that actually made me laugh.
Yeah.
I can't, if I think of something, I'll chime in. But I do know that when I get those basic bitch trolls and I ban them, I'm like, come on, guys, if you're gonna be mean, at least be creative and make me laugh. Like, this just looks like a copy pasta off of a forum. Like, are you even trying anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
So you do shows, or like in the beginning of your stream, sometimes you do the where you rate people's, or in the beginning, not in the beginning.
In the beginning, there were shows.
There were shows. But you sometimes rate people's productions. Is it sometimes, or like people's songs, or production songs?
We give feedback on their works in progress.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And do you sometimes feel that it's hard if it's like poorly produced, or the song just is not very well written? Do you sometimes feel it's hard to be brutally honest with that?
No. Okay, so for some reason people I remember I helped judge one of the preliminaries for the Austin Show's talent show.
Yeah.
So not
Okay.
on the Austin Show, but like get there. I was
Yeah.
on
Right,
24K Brown Magic, and I was giving like really in-depth feedback to all the performers, and the chat thought I was being so mean, and I thought I was being nice.
Yes, Sarah has a reputation for that as well.
Yeah,
being
because I
wasn't
also did the
roasting
same on
them.
24Ks, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't roasting them at all. I was like, this is what I like, and this is where I think you can improve. I think I'm pretty good at recognizing somebody's level, how far along they are in their music journey, and I am capable of tailoring my feedback to what they need. So if this song just sucks, then I would say, I really like your ideas. I like what is going on. I think you need to maybe figure out your song structure a little bit, usually, and then I'll give them like a little education on how songs can be structured, the reasons they're structured.
Sure.
I end up teaching. There's so many people who are actually, they're really good producers, but not very good songwriters.
Yes.
So I'll say,
yes.
this sounds like a really, really well put together beat, but as soon as I'm done listening to it, I've already forgotten the main
Yeah.
gist of it. And so I'll teach them about motifs and melodies and hooks and different kinds of hooks. And it becomes really educational. And I don't think I've ever had anybody upset with the feedback they got. If anything, they feel like if you really give them very specific feedback, that means you actually took the time to listen to it and think about it.
Agreed.
Constructive criticism.
And we have a very wholesome, like, I have guests who do it with me, and they are professional music producers and DJs and event planners, and they work for labels, and they give their feedback, and we are very kind about it. We don't put anyone down. So I've created over time this and if anyone in the chat starts trash talking, I tell them to pipe down, or I mute them, or delete their bad comments.
No, and that's smart, obviously.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to create let's roast some music.
Yeah.
I'm creating
You just actually want to help.
Yeah, let's give you some feedback, because I produce. I want to show my stuff to other producers to get their honest feedback so I can fix it. Like, that's very valuable.
Yep. Absolutely. Now, do you tend to find that you have a majority of a certain type of genre or a certain type of music that gets brought into the feedback shows that you do, or does it tend to be all over the map? Like, is there kind of a predominant genre of like...
There are predominants, but I also, because I have regulars and they kind of like tell their friends, almost everything is EDM. Once in a while, I'll get like rock or something like that, but mostly EDM with an emphasis on like techno or psytrance or house pop. And then a healthy amount of them are rappers who their feedback is more tailored along, because usually they don't make the beat. So telling them how they can fit their vocals into the beat better. And sometimes a lot of rappers don't understand songwriting.
Very true,
and and they don't follow like a hook, a verse, chorus. So some of them do, and they're amazing. So I'll give them, even like with rappers, like, hey, here's how you can improve your flow or your songwriting, or how to make your voice, what kind of microphone you should get, how you should treat your room, because we'll point out the flaws that we hear, and we do judge them based on a professional grade of what a song should sound like.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you also have played plenty of gigs. How would you, I love this question because everybody has a different answer to this. How would you compare playing a gig to performing on Twitch in terms of
so
the whole thing itself, but also the viewers and, audience, etc.?
I'd say, firstly, I haven't, the gigs I've played as a DJ are limited. I used to have a residency before COVID. And it was more like wedding DJ kind of stuff, just playing 80s music and popular music. And I tried to avoid actually communicating with any of the patrons because I was at a lounge and I was just there. They come in and request really bad songs. It wasn't dance music or anything. Completely different. On Twitch, I get to see instant feedback, which is great. It helps you grow as a musician. Sarah, you probably know this. If you do really well, people give you feedback. If you do bad, they give you feedback. So you can kind of adjust yourself as an entertainer based on this like real time feedback. I also like that I can talk to my viewers, and I like that it's a little more casual. Like if I mess up, like who cares? Like we laugh about it, make jokes, and then like inside jokes are born. So a lot of the pressure is off. And also I've played in front of way more people on Twitch than I have in like real life. I mean, I opened for the Austin Show, and that was like 20,000 people.
Yeah.
And
Right.
even on my own channel back when it was a little more traffic, right before the summer, things started to kind of get a little slower. But in the summer, I was playing in front of 500-700 people every day. That's a huge club.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That is a huge club, yeah.
But it doesn't feel like, it's not scary because it's just, you just see you in the preview. And so you're just like,
Yeah, exactly. 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 So, what do you find in terms of advice? Because I love the fact that you do a feedback show and you work with songwriters. If you were to give advice to somebody, you know, that's watching this show and thinking about becoming a music streamer, or they're watching it or they're preparing to become a music streamer and deal with it, what's some advice that you would give to people that are starting out in Twitch and in this category, and what do you think they should know about kind of coming into the territory?
so I would definitely make sure they know all the basic, just starting streaming, you know, no matter what category you start of, have really good audio, have nice visuals, make sure your frames are good. So, you know, get a schedule and stick to the schedule. I would tell them not to expect, actually a lot of the guests I have on my show they're DJs and they're starting to, and producers, and they want to start streaming because they see what it could become.
Right.
I tell them not to expect anything too fast. You're not going to have 100 people on your first day.
Right.
Maybe not even your first year. It's a slow growth, but it's a valuable growth. I think that every regular you have in your chat is infinitely more valuable to you as a creator than a like on Instagram.
Oh, absolutely.
Very true.
Absolutely.
Put
I would
value-
bet, we were talking about this on a previous episode. It wasn't an episode of the show, but we were talking about it with a guest who was pretty big on TikTok.
Yeah,
and I had
Juliet,
imagined Juliet, and I imagine that it's like probably 10 to 1, maybe even more than that, Instagram like to Twitch follower, or like active Twitch follower, and it's probably even more than that for TikTok, where it's probably got to be 50 to 1 for every valuable person.
One of my colleagues, he said he got something viral on like over 1 million views on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it translated to like 2 followers on his Twitch.
Yeah.
Then that's just the nature of it. I would
It's tough,
recommend you definitely take care of those other social medias. That's something I'm trying to work on because I'm basically non-existent on I don't have a lot of Instagram followers, or I don't have a lot of TikTok followers. But you should work on that, because you should look at yourself as not a. It is. Oh my gosh.
So much fucking work.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, and it's one
I
of
have
those
to put
things. It's like
makeup on?
it's like the rules that people talk about of like, when you hear the default rules that people will give you about social media or whatever, they'll always be like, you have to be on this, and you have to be on this, and you have to be on this, and it's like, well,
if you want brand deals, you do.
yeah, absolutely. Well, and like you said, it depends on your strategy overall. It's like long term, if your strategy is to become like a personality like that, or you're looking for deals like that, you know, because I would imagine, and again, I don't have any proof of this, but I would imagine with how loyal Twitch followers are and what I've experienced, because I'm a much smaller streamer, and what I've experienced is that the Twitch followers will follow you to other places, where the Instagram followers and the TikTok followers and those people are harder to get to come to Twitch, whereas the Twitch people will follow you everywhere.
Maybe, but your chatters might, the ones who are there chatting.
Yeah.
But remember, like, how many of them are just lurkers who won't move because they just have their little routine? So there's a little bit, maybe they would be. They are more loyal, though. I do agree with you. They are, Twitch followers are way more loyal. It's very valuable. I think every musician should be on Twitch.
Oh, for sure.
Even if it's once a week doing some unplugged stuff. It doesn't matter what you do in music. Twitch is the best way to gain an authentic audience that likes your brand. And like, if you can build a brand on Twitch, you could do anything you want musically. Even if it's not popular, even if it's really niche, you can build an audience on Twitch and make a living from it. And I don't feel like that's as easy on other platforms.
Totally agreed. Totally agreed.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question, because you mentioned that you have a lot of people that are kind of major label people, or more well-known or more established artists. So you've mentioned that a lot of them are starting to focus on Twitch now. What do you feel like that means and this is kind of a more philosophical question, but what do you think that means to the kind of existing or smaller music community? And do you feel like in the long term that's something that's really going to help the community as a whole grow? Or do you feel like, kind of what are your general feelings about that? Do you feel like a lot of these people will launch very strong into Twitch, or do you think they'll kind of grow the same way that other people have?
If they're bringing their audiences to Twitch, come on. I just saw Alicia Keys say she's starting a Twitch.
Yes.
Yeah.
And think of how many people are going to now sign up for Twitch to watch Alicia Keys. And so when she logs off, where are they going to go?
Yeah.
So rising tide raises all ships. And yeah, there might be more competition, but there's also more viewers. And we need... Twitch is actually quite small compared to YouTube and TikTok. And so we need more people. We need all the eyeballs on us we can get is... And who knows? Like, fun story... a very famous producer who I am a huge fan of that has inspired that I play their music in a lot of my sets happened to be curious about Twitch because they were working with either Monster Cat or one of the other really big ones that have a Twitch channel. And they stumbled into my channel in the middle of a podcast, and now we're in constant connection. They have some of their... Yeah, they come hang out on my channel. They send me artists who they work with for music feedback. I premiere a lot of their stuff. And they whitelisted me on all of their label stuff for the whole DMCA thing. So I made this freaking dream connection.
Yeah.
It would be like the equivalent of like someone... if some person who's really into... I don't know, whatever. It'd be like if Marshmallow stumbled into your stream and is now chilling. It's like that big of a deal. So yeah, bring them over, man. It helps us. If you have talent, you'll be noticed.
Yeah, I agree.
Go ahead, I asked a bunch of questions. Your turn.
I have so many questions. I don't even know which one to ask first. So you said that you are a classically trained pianist. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that. Like, how did that start, and how did you get into DJing and doing a lot of DJing instead of doing, piano all the time on stream, for example?
I started playing piano when I was like 8 years old, and I had teachers till I was like 17. Stopped taking lessons then, so I'm not nearly as good as I used to be, but I always hung on to it. I went to school for audio engineering, so I was writing songs, and I wanted to learn how to produce. And then I ended up like doing like this rock and roll thing for a couple of years, and it was fun. I did a bunch of music videos and released some EPs, and I was singing. It wasn't anything piano related. This is just like my songwriting tool for now.
Sure.
And I decided I started doing an EDM project with my brother. He is a producer and has been in pop bands, and we decided we wanted to just make some music together. And that's right about when I was going to join Twitch. I was like, oh, it'd be fun to use Twitch as a way to grow an audience. It took me like over a year though to actually start doing music on stream. I tried like drawing and playing games. I really didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Then one day my brother said, hey, he hit me up and said, I scheduled us to play at a music festival some of the songs that we've produced, and I want you to be there, so I need you to learn how to DJ. I was like, okay. He's like, it's really easy. I learned how to do it in like on the job, one session. So I actually on stream ordered a DJ controller, unboxed it, watched a couple of like videos on how to use it, and on stream learned how to DJ. And
that's awesome.
That's when I blew up too. Like I went from having like 30, 40 viewers to just more and more and more. I got partnered that way. And then at the beginning of this year, like I said, like 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. And so that was just the money, and that's kind of been the main thing I did ever since.
Yeah.
So it was like an accident.
So you still do you do D&D streams.
Yeah.
How do you see a difference in terms of viewers or engagement?
Oh yeah, when I play D&D, it's much smaller. I just really love D&D, so I dedicate a day a week to it, and I think that with the popularity of Critical Role and those celebrity D&D games, that maybe something could come of it. It's just a slower progress, but with music, I get way more traffic just because people are looking for that more. So I just try to make sure I balance it out, because this is my full-time job, so gotta make sure that you're hitting goals.
Yeah, very true.
Now, have you had any concerns, obviously, with everyone freaking out lately about the DMCA stuff and playing music and that kind of thing? Has that been an issue for your stream or made it harder for what you're doing? Or are you just kind of doing what you did before, and how has that impacted you at all?
I was very scared when all that was happening. I have never gotten a letter, but that's because as soon as I found that was happening, I went and got Monster Cat Gold. I immediately stopped playing some of the sets I have that do feature remixes of very popular. I paid attention to what was getting tagged.
Yes, yeah.
And it seemed that there was a pattern that I recognized, and I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how that pattern works because it's all just my assumptions, and I don't want to give someone bad information.
Yeah.
I figured out what I noticed what they're tagging, and I made some assumptions on what they look for and how they look for it, and I just avoided all music that had to do with that. I got Monster Cat Gold, which I definitely recommend. Everything from their playlist, you could download the waves. They won't DMCA strike you, and it's all really cool music. And then, like I said, that particular producer who works with a bunch of labels in a genre that I like to play, he went ahead and whitelisted me for everything in that label so that I wouldn't ever get in trouble. Yeah, so I just basically stick to that. I wish I could play whatever I wanted, but, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
And I'm starting to make my own stuff as well, so I do that on stream, too.
Yeah.
So how do you also mentioned COVID. How are you, I mean, this is an old question, I guess, but I mean, it's still relevant.
Not that old because everything's locking down again, so
right?
believe me. Yeah.
How are you dealing with that? Has it impacted you at all, like especially with gigs that, you know, naturally you can't play right now?
Did lose my residency because of it, but it also brought in such a huge wave to Twitch that this has been my best year as an adult.
Oh, interesting.
So I just happen to be in the unique, like, right time, right place. And I'm an introvert, so I don't really go out. I love that I can have an excuse and not go out.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do want it to hurry up and end, though, because I don't want the economy to keep falling apart. And, you know, when people are doing well, everyone does well, is my outlook.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
sense.
So what are some things that you're planning for the future for your channel right now? So obviously you've got shows, you've got music production. It sounds like you're doing your DJ. But do you have plans or goals for what you're going to be doing over the next period of time for your channel, and like what you hope to see happen?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep. I want to really become the DJ that also has originals and is known for them. So I'm bringing a lot of attention to that and spending a lot of time honing that. And I have several people I'm going to be working with, as far as I have a mix master engineer that comes onto my stream every podcast that I'll be working with. And so I think that'll help bring in new traffic. And I just want to be able to keep doing what I'm doing and grow, and maybe when COVID lets up, get invited to some of the big events and festivals and just be like that. Yeah.
I notice you have a lot of wigs. You have so many wigs.
Oh yeah, my extra bedroom is my wigs room.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I have a wigs wing of my home. Would you like me to tour you?
The wing of wigs. It's true.
The wing of wigs. So, do you sometimes before you do the music streams, or just, you know, streams in general, you feel like, ugh, I'm just sick of just putting in all this fucking effort?
Why do you think I wear wigs? It cuts down my get ready time by like an hour. Yeah. I throw my hair in a braid, which takes 10 seconds, and I throw a wig on, and boom. Or I could spend 30 minutes I have to wash my hair, dry it, curl it. Yeah, that's the wigs are the tired of doing all the effort is the reason why I do this.
Yeah.
Plus, I think it looks festive.
Yeah.
And I think being festive and glammed up is kind of, if you're putting on a show, you should
for sure
put effort.
Yeah, agreed. Instead of sweatpants. I always said, like, I
only have to get ready the top half of me. Everything else is.
Yeah, the bottom can be sweatpants. But I always said, like, as when I was still touring.
When I was still touring.
You know, when I was still touring, I always said, like, people that go on stage in sweatpants or like super like slouch, like, you know, like slouchy.
I love the chat.
Outfits.
I have to mention this chat comment because it was so good. Your top can't be sweatpants.
I saw that one too. Yeah, just that I'm wearing, this is actually sweatpants.
Yes.
I'm just
Yes.
wearing it
Yes.
upside down.
Yes, I love it. I love
Yes.
it.
So at that time, I always said it's kind of disrespectful to go on like with slouchy, do a show for people.
It's a part of it is disrespectful, but a part of it is also like, all right, obviously you don't take it that seriously, so don't cry when you don't ever progress.
Yeah.
Because I know people want it to be like, oh, it should only be about the music. And I get these comments a lot when I look all dolled up or whatever, try to have an appearance.
Yes, girl can't do music good because girl look good. That's streaming rule.
Yeah, they say like a shame you care so much about appearance, or I thought it should be about the music. It's a shame. And the cold truth of the matter is, it's about both.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
There's
Absolutely.
a reason why successful music brands have a visual thing tied to it. It's to help make brain connections, and it helps identify someone. When you have a visual tied with audio, it really just makes it click more, and it's extremely important, and that should not be ignored. And artists who ignore it because they think, I just want people to like me for my music, I'm like, you're very arrogant to think that your music is so good that it is going to outshine every other really good musician who also takes care of their appearance.
Yeah.
And your
How
appearance
dare
doesn't have to be a hot person. It could be goofy as fuck. Like, as long as there is a branding there, that's very important.
I agree though. Yeah, I mean that's very true. I mean, if you look at pop musicians, like look at people like Ariana Grande, Beyonce, and all those people. Like they're hot. Like they dress hot. You know what I mean? Like they're just very presentable.
But not only do they dress hot, but they have a specific look. They don't just dress in any hot thing. They have specific colors, specific types of outfits, the specific hairstyles. Like there's a very methodical process. These people have whole teams that figure out their wardrobe, and it works. Like, you could sit there and wish it wasn't so, or you can get on the program and find ways to just make your brand more recognizable, and it'll help you be successful.
Sure.
Yeah, I remember actually when I had a producer who offered me a contract. He was like, well, the first thing that we gotta establish is like, you like to change your hair color so much, we gotta narrow it down to one hair color. Like, what is the hair color that you're gonna have for the next like 5 or 10 years? It's like, okay.
I mean, that's one way, or you can make your brand the fact that you do change your hair color. Like me, I change my hair all the time. The cut is usually the same, but it's more that I wear a lot of this lime green and fishnets. I go kind of with like the radioactive raver look. There's other ways to brand. It doesn't have to be a single color, but cohesiveness and recognizability is important. You want people to be able to see you, or a silhouette of you, or a cartoon of you, and know exactly who that is.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah, totally agree. I don't know why Chad is saying this, but Chad is saying they want to hear you sing on this show. Is that something you normally do, or why?
I've never been asked to sing before. I actually am my throat is so sore today, and I didn't.
It's okay. I'm just wondering why they're asking that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, one day if you want me to come in and sing you a concert, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, for sure. We will definitely have
How
you
much
back.
are you paying, Creator?
Yes, exactly.
I know. I'm a good enough singer to be able to record stuff and be passable. Not a good enough singer to just be able to like improv, pull something out of my ass and impress everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like the idea of I think the best response would just be to sing something horribly that's like potatoes, dragon shield. It's so good, potatoes.
Or just sing like Dayman.
Yes.
Oh jeez, yeah. See, my throat's already like locking up. I woke up like.
Totally. No, that's okay. I mostly was just asking because I was very curious of what that was about.
I do sing happy birthday to anybody who comes into my channel, but then I put a little reverb on my voice and I make it all like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. And then happy birthday, Mr.
Happy
President.
Yeah,
I don't usually do it like that. Next time I'm gonna do it like that.
Yes, you should. You really should. People love that shit.
Yes. So, what do you think is something that is annoying about Twitch that you don't have to deal with, either in traditional gigs or doing what you're doing? Are there things at this point Because obviously you've done a good job, it seems like, of refining your community and getting it down to mostly good people. But are there things about Twitch that bug you or that are frustrating?
You know, I used to really get bugged at the fact that people could just be rude beyond measure and hide behind anonymity. But then I realized it is so easy to just ban them and move on. Whereas
Yeah, it's true.
at my other gig, if a guy wanted to be a weirdo, he could just, like, I couldn't make him go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's harder. And I'm like, you're like when they keep getting in your face and bothering you and like it's easier for me to deal with rudeness, even if it's more rude on Twitch than it is for dealing with rudeness and inappropriateness in real life.
Yeah.
I'm very much an introvert, so I actually think discovering Twitch as a musician is such a perfect fit for me because I love to perform, but I actually don't like talking to strangers face to face.
Same. It's so annoying.
I want to be super nice, but I also get really if I'm too nice, then they start crossing lines.
Yes. And then, I have the same problems. It's like after gigs, it would always be like that, people coming up, and then you're like trying to be nice because you're like nervous. And
just people like reaching across the camera.
I
You play good saxophone.
I was tearing down after a gig. And a guy who had been meandering throughout the lounge all night was like standing. What's up, Pifa? Was standing with his like drinks, standing over me, trying to talk to me while I'm on my hands and knees packing up stuff. And he was like,
"Oh yeah,
can I'm having a mansion party. Do you want to come play it?" And I was like, "You'll have to talk to my manager." "Well, can you take my number?" "No, but here's my manager's card." "No, but I want to text you." "No, he wouldn't." And he's like standing over me, and he wouldn't like go away. And it was so freaking weird. And I'm like trying to okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to pack up and go home. I'm not going to your mansion party.
Especially since packing up is always the least glamorous work of all time. Just like dust all over everything or whatever. You're on a dirty floor.
I know. I'm like on my knees. I'm trying to get out of there as fast as possible.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And
Do you ever deal with any of the cliches, and not even just in Twitch, but since we're talking about creepy weirdos, do you ever get any cliches of being like girl DJ? Are there girl DJ cliches that people might not know about, or things that people will say?
Weirdly, not like a lot of people, they see me. Okay, so there's the real life, and then there's the Twitch life.
Sure.
In real life, people see me. I'll be rolling in my stuff, and they're like, "What are you gonna do?" Because I haven't set up yet, and I'm like, "Are you gonna like sing or something?" I'm like, "Oh no, I'm the DJ." "What? That's so cool!" Or someone "Girl DJ, that's so cool!" I'm like, "Hey, if it helps me get gigs, hell yeah, that's
It
cool."
would actually. Depending on where
you're.
I don't know if I asked you where you're located, but I might have hookups for you, so I'll have to talk to you about that in the future.
I'm in Phoenix. I typically
not
don't
far.
say where I residence.
No, that's what I understand that.
For safety purposes.
Thank you so much for that gifted sub.
Thank you, Cynthia, for gifting that sub to Maxi Drums.
Yeah, so then people are always like, "That's so cool," and in my head, I'm like, "Is it really like that rare?" Because I didn't know anything about DJing before I got into it, including the culture.
It's such a huge sell because I've my sister actually works as a stage manager and sound designer for Harris Lake Tahoe up here. So girl DJ, when a girl DJ comes in, is a massive deal, and you tend to get paid more on top of it.
I was able to secure more gigs and get paid higher. But I also so there was several of us DJs under one manager that he would book us for different things. And sometimes it'd be a couple of us in the same location, just spread out over different rooms.
Yeah.
And some of them would just be, the middle-aged guy in a dirty t-shirt, kind of just sitting there with his stuff. And there's me coming in with the outfit, the heel, looking, and so I definitely brought revenue to the location because of being a girl DJ. So in the real world, I definitely think that it has its actual benefits, like the fact that there's not as many and people would like to be in an environment where they're entertained by eye candy is definitely a plus.
Man, now I'm also I kind of want to.
You want to learn to DJ?
Start into, no, but you know what? You know what's really cool, Scarlett? You know what we have to do? We have to team up at some point because people love sax and DJing. By the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you send me some samples of you?
Let me just mute my.
Okay, if you send me some samples of you like riffing, I can make some techno or psytrance beats for it. Yeah, I'm like making a whole bunch of
that, please.
Yeah, because I want to collaborate with other Twitch streamers.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome for you guys, especially again since you are always looking for new things to play on stream. So that'd be awesome.
I need a saxophone here though because now I'm here until like January or February. And I don't have a sax yet. But
I love like sample, like real playing, not like MIDI's cool and all, but
yeah. Oh, especially for any dynamic instrument like that, it's never necessarily that good. So,
horns are very hard to replicate with MIDI. Things like keys, like pianos and mallet sounds are very, like, you may as well. There's no reason, unless you have a specific room that you want to record in, there's no reason not to just use MIDI piano or organ.
Yeah, totally true.
But guitar and saxophone and trumpet, all of those.
Yeah, guitar is horrible on VST. So
I think violin, trumpet is kind of like some very expensive ones are pretty okay-ish. I do have another question though because you mentioned this about
we
the
have
weirdo.
Plenty of time for questions.
So you were talking about weirdos. That's why I was thinking about this question. What is the
You were talking about weirdos, and she was looking over at me, and she's like, "Speaking of weirdos."
What is one of the worst gigs or the worst gig that you ever had, and why was it the worst gig?
I've never had a worst gig because I haven't really had that many gigs. So I don't even know how to really answer that because I only started getting gigs when I started DJing, and it was all at the same location, and it was super chill. And nothing terrible ever happened. Once I forgot my MIDI controller to the gig, so I had to do it with my laptop and just fake it. But that was... Yeah, next week you gotta get DJ P Funk. He comes out to my Vcast every Monday, and he's also a saxophone player and a DJ, and he's very talented, and he lives in my town. And so you could get some cool stories from him. He's been doing it much longer than me. I'm so lucky. The worst, nothing. I haven't had a bad experience yet.
You're very lucky then because, like gigs in general have horrible stories sometimes. There's people have been telling horrible stories here.
Oh, yeah. Even me who has not played a ton
of something
so
they get paid.
Oh, did you I think during one of the weeks you weren't here, did you hear about the bucket story that Northbound Matt was telling? About how they had to literally move a bucket that was collecting water from the roof because that's where the bass player had to stand.
Oh my gosh! So he was getting water on his head.
I'm sure he was. They're like, oh, I just got to move this bucket so he can play here. It's like, okay.
I'm so lucky that my residency is in an area. It's all set up for me. It's super casual. It pays really good. My manager's the one that he just directly drops it in my bank account.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And I've known him for years, so it's just like, hey, thanks, man. So I haven't had any, and if I have any like, oh, dude, my cables are screwing up, he'll drive there with all his giant truck of gear and just fix it.
That's amazing.
So I'm privileged. But I got that gig because I've known him for so long, and he was looking for a DJ, and he hit me up. He's like, he's the one that recorded all of my rock stuff.
Okay.
And he owns like all these corporate bands and has all those connections with every single person in my city. So he's like, hey, I heard you were DJing or something like that. Okay, yeah, I got a job for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not even an offer. It's just like, hey, you're going to do this. Okay, I have this DJ gig and you're doing it.
Hey, it paid really well. So
Yes. Well, that's
I missed
amazing.
that. I mean, it was kind of boring because I don't get to play what I want, but it paid really well.
Yeah.
So, guaranteed money is always nice.
Very true.
Yes.
Very true.
We were just talking about that yesterday when we were driving about the difference between like being able to be in a successful band where you actually get to do and play what you want versus the amount of money that you Guitar Sammy, thank you so much for that resub. But yeah, it's talking about that, kind of passion, being in a gig where you make money for your passion versus how exponentially much more you can make being in shitty cover bands or doing that kind of thing. You can make a living doing it.
Okay, and if you're not a shitty cover band but a good cover band
exactly,
that puts effort in your production, some cats I know, they have a cover band that they do every week at this really cool bar where the bar is like in front of the stage and it's lifted up, and they do sing with the band where they like literally play karaoke.
Oh, so it's like live band karaoke.
Yeah, and they've got it nailed where you come up and they have the lyrics, and the background singers who are really, really good singers will like take over for you if you kind of start to falter a little bit.
Yeah.
And they look good, and they have amazing lights, and they charge, I think they get paid like over $1,000 a gig.
Oh, those things make so much money, especially if you're good at what you do. Because I think that's why people like I used to host karaoke for years, and I love karaoke. So for me, it's like that's always what I was trying to create, even though we didn't have the band, was that rock star experience, because that's what everybody wants. Like
That's
everybody wants to have that 4 or 5 minutes where they're getting up and they're doing their favorite song and the lights. That with the band is better, but even at the show, like if you have the lights, if you have a stage, even a little stage where they can step up and feel like, all right, everyone's looking at me for 3 or 4 minutes, it just makes such a huge difference.
Yeah, so I know people kind of shit on the whole cover band aspect because they want to, do originals and stuff. And holy shit, man, you should just be happy that you get to play music for a living. Like,
Right?
Yeah, it's less and less. It's less and less these days. We were just talking, I have good friends that are in a pretty well-known touring band, and they do well on Spotify and they do well on that stuff. But it kind of surprised you when I told you that literally all of them have full-time jobs,
like, they have
except
day
for the
jobs. I was
founder.
like, what?
All of them have. Everybody in the band has a
You
full-time
don't know how
day
hard
job.
it is. You guys know how hard it is. Chat, you don't know how hard it is to make a living off of original music. That is...
God.
That's why I stopped focusing on trying to make myself into like a singing rock star and more like producer, because that's a lot more money.
Yeah,
you can
for sure.
produce a song for someone and it goes viral. You're probably making more money on that song than that singer is.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
The songwriter royalties. Yep.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
You have
those
more
are harder to get. You have to have talent and charisma to be a good singer, but it takes a lot more training and learning to be a very good producer.
Grazator. I wrote Baby Shark. I'm set for life. That's true.
That's
Oh,
very
yeah.
true. If you did, dude, you're fucking making it.
Original music. That sounds fake and lame. Stop calling me out, Savvy. Okay, I don't need that. I don't need that aggravation. I know you have a million questions, so that means we are in overtime. It's an overtime question. Scarlett's like, what the hell just happened?
I don't know what's happening, but I love it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Do I need
it's
another glass of
overtime.
whiskey
It's
for this?
overtime. We're past the end of the show, which means that every question past this point is a bonus overtime question. So go ahead and ask what you
So, this is more drama related. So because you are, sometimes on Gondok and podcasts and stuff like that, have you ever had like beef with a streamer that
No,
they've-
I do not participate in beef.
Party Bunch, thanks so much.
Thank you
25
so
months.
much for the resub.
Just like, no.
I think I once put some kid down in his place who was trying to be toxic for attention.
Sure.
But it never turned into beef because he wasn't significant enough to
Oof.
even be
Oh,
I like
insignificant. Get out of here,
No,
peon.
meaning
No,
I
I'm
don't
kidding.
even think he streamed. I think he just hung out on other people's podcasts to be
Yeah.
annoying. So I don't know.
There's a lot of those.
I would say for me to have beef, and every time I saw him afterwards, I would never be like, oh shit, it's that guy. I just forget about it until the next time he tried to stir things up again. Then I'd just be like, shouldn't you be looking for a job or something?
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that gets that.
I don't think I have beef with anybody, but I hate drama so much. I don't pick
Yeah.
fights with people, and I don't like to gossip about people.
Yeah.
Because it's not my business. And if I find out someone, I haven't ever found this out, but so I'm saying hypothetically, if I heard somebody was trash talking behind my back, I'd just kind of be like, well, that's a shame, and I would just make sure to watch what I say around them. And
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm kind of passive. I'm not very aggressive. I'm not passive aggressive. I can be, but I'm not I don't like feuds. I just want to get along, man. I'm just trying to stay in my lane.
same.
And I see this as a profession. You don't start
Thank you so much,
fights with
Corduroy, for the gift
coworkers.
list.
Yeah, and it's a profession, so yeah, exactly. Like you gotta
there's
stay
no reason
professional,
Exactly. Like you don't want to burn bridges. That's stupid.
Yeah.
You're just wasting money. Like,
So true.
and if someone's stepping on your toes, like you have to remember even though this is a profession, a lot of these streamer kids are not very professional and they don't treat it as such, so you can't take that seriously. So you just got to stay in your lane and make sure that your success is not dependent on the success of someone else. And then you'll be fine.
I love that.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I love that. Do you have an overtime question?
Of course I have an overtime question. Of course I do. We can't. What would be overtime with just one question and not being able to do that more than once?
So true.
That'd be the most.
Should we start like when we say overtime, no banging the
Okay, we want to do it again. Here we go.
I need
Overtime.
Yes. Yes.
She's getting it.
This is the closest thing to me. It's an hourglass for Dungeons and Dragons.
I like it. I like that it's there.
I love it.
I have it so when my players are taking too long, I can be like, the earth starts to shake,
Yes.
and you have 2.5 minutes to decide.
Yes.
What do you think? So for you, obviously, you've mentioned a lot of different things, and I think that you would have a lot of really good advice to give people. So I know I keep asking advice questions, and make sure. I know we've shouted you out a billion times in the chat, but please shout her out again for those of you
because so nice.
I know a lot of you are musicians in the chat, and some of you that I was just mentioning in the bulletin board have songs that you should go. If you have an opportunity to get them reviewed, you should absolutely go do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you were gonna say, like, obviously there's a lot of different skills that you've mentioned as far as building a stream, where you've mentioned talent, songwriting, you mentioned look, aesthetic, branding, that kind of thing. Again, for newer streamers or for people that are really trying to become music streamers, charisma, obviously a huge thing. Because one thing I know we say on this all the time is not everyone can be a successful streamer. Like, in fact, it's amazing because some of the worst streams you see are like big artists that have come over and are just doing, the Zoom stream in their living room, and they look and sound horrible.
Yeah.
But if you had to say there was one thing, if you had to pick one of those things for someone that's aspiring to focus on, obviously every case is different. What order would you put those in, or what would you say people should be focusing on this thing?
Okay, I'm gonna make a
improve
tier
their stream?
list. Yeah. Okay, especially if you're a musician, your audio has to be fantastic.
Right.
You cannot have a hot mic with the fan in the background. You can't have your balancing weird. You can't have when it's like, hey guys,
Yes.
Scxrlet64 over here. You
And then they
can't do
sing,
that.
right? And then they sing. It's amazing that way.
I'm even saying some because I've actually had people come in. We were talking about I got into some trouble. Well, okay, so people were mad that Monster Cat was offering affiliate really easy, and they were taking away. And I made the case that it shouldn't matter because affiliate is not an achievement. It's you can. It's the most brain dead thing, and it offended a lot of people. They're saying that they are trying and they can't get it. I was like, no, it's a filter. It's not an achievement. And don't be proud of the fact that you were able to get 3 viewers. So I was giving. So people started. I started looking at their streams, basically, people who said they couldn't get it, and they just couldn't understand, and they thought it was so unfair. Somebody even said to me, "I see that you have like 300 people here. It's so unfair." Because you're a pretty girl, and I try, and I can't even get one person. So I went and looked at his stream, and oh my god, I laughed and was like, "How dare you? You do not deserve even half a viewer with this shit. First of all, your camera's like this, and you're like, you're not." You're not talking. You're just sitting there like with a little it's like this. The lighting is weird. The video game you're streaming is scattered. It's with terrible pixelization. Like you're obviously got the incorrect bit rate. Your audio is trash. I can hear your neighbors yelling in the background.
Yes.
I can't hear you. You're not talking to anybody. So yeah, it's not hard. It's a filter. If you can't get these things, then you don't deserve to have affiliate. Like I'm sorry, and it's easy to fix. Look, just wake up and fix it. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean you're stupid. It just means you don't know what it takes, and you can
research
learn.
it all on YouTube,
Totally. So audio.
Yeah, but a lot of people. One thing I will say about that, I do want to speak to that. A lot of people can't learn that way. Like, I think there are some of us who are self-starters, but there are some people who really struggle to learn from YouTube videos. Like, of course, I do it and you do it and that kind of thing, where I think, like, some people just need the hand-holding. Like, they need to be able to have a person that they call. And
but
it's
you
like,
can just
look at other
type it
streams.
in.
you can go to any stream and get the help. I'm not saying they
stream.
can't get the help. I'm just saying, I know for some people, I'm just saying the YouTube advice. Like, if you can't, go talk to your favorite streamer. They'll definitely
Or
help you.
you don't even have to
That's-
talk to him. Just step into a stream that you think this is what I try to do. I go to streams that are doing better than me.
Yeah.
And I sit there and I look at what I think I like in it. I go, wow, they have a really cool background. I really love those colors. It looks super cool. I like how their overlay looks. Hey, this is how they talk. It's actually really captivating, the things they're saying. So you have to look for a streamer that mirrors what you would like to be.
Yes.
And then just try to, I'm going to humorously say rip off, but it's truly not ripping off if you're just taking something as inspiration and remixing it and then doing it with your own flavor on it. But look at how their camera is cropped. Look at how the audio sounds. If you need help with the settings to watch your own VODs. Have your preview up next to you so you can see. If you're pixelated and you have no idea, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So I'd say audio, visuals, extremely important.
That's look good.
But after that, I'd say you need to be talking. Even if there is nobody in your channel, you get a little rubber ducky. This is what programmers do. They put a little rubber ducky and they talk to it. If they can't explain their programming to the rubber ducky, then it's too complicated. But have a ducky and tell it jokes. Talk about stuff.
Oh, Nobby Green, thanks so much for that raid.
Thank you, Nobby.
Raid hype. Just talk about things you like. Just go off. Do not have any silence.
That's not good advice to give me. If I talk about things I like, it's gonna get weird.
No, that's not.
Just talk about anything.
Your community is weird too.
I say things I like because then you get passionate about it. You need to be passionate. If you're super boring, the only way you can get away with being really boring is if you have memories that are all the way out and people are just staring at them.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can get away with it. And even that is kind of like a crapshoot because I've seen a lot of streams like that still only get 0 viewers. So
I have good memories, I'm not gonna lie. It works.
Sure
Works for my stream. I think that's why my stream has gotten to where it's gone.
So instead of getting mad that other people are more successful than you for seemingly unfair reasons, start focusing on what you've got and make sure that every part of your stream is as polished as you can make it.
Yeah.
Totally agreed. With
And
that.
it's not going to happen overnight, but at least get your quality good.
Yeah. I think that is, and as you said, that probably is the most important thing. And you can do it because that was, for me, the big mission was just to do the biggest experience I could do with the least and cheapest tech, which is basically why Sarah has to sit down and mess with my microphone cable. That's just how it is. Like, it is possible to do it. Yeah.
I started with cheap tech, but over 3 years, I have accumulated gear, and they were all donation goals that me and my community saved up for.
Yeah.
And you just
That's why donation goals are so important. And some people argue against it, but
why? This is a job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, and like you said, I think there are a lot of streamers that have that money issue, sometimes where it's like they're afraid to ask for it. And I agree with you, Scarlett. It's like, this is a job. I cannot tell you how many tens of thousands of dollars I've put into music gear over the years. So when I think about that, I'm like, oh yeah, we're not even close to even to that. So let alone, doing whatever you do on your stream.
Yeah, I mean, I don't sit there and ask people for money, and I don't guilt them. I just act extremely appreciative when people are generous.
I'm just kidding.
I remind people that this is my full-time job, so when they support me, they're keeping me online. And I don't guilt people for not. The only time I give people shit is if they start asking other people for gifted subs. And I'm like, bro, you can't sub yourself.
I hate that too.
That's stupid.
They're like, bro, it's $5. Well, I'm broke. I'm like, don't guilt. And then someone will do it. And I'll be like, man, you should have made him sub himself. Because I just think that's rude.
I did see someone. I haven't seen that a lot. I think that you don't see that as much in the music community as you do in other ones. You do see it sometimes. I think I might have seen that for the first time the other day, where someone went into a chat and was like, all right, who's going to gift me a sub? And
I was like,
wow, okay.
You know what's really stupid? People who hang out in my channel a lot will usually, and are positive, will usually end up getting a gifted sub anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, of
but
course.
when they ask for it, it's super rude.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyway, chat, who's gonna gift me a sub to Scxrlet's channel? That'd be good. I know who it'll be. It'll be 3D Code Warrior. Because who else is it? That's why it's his birthday and we're supporting it.
3D Code Warrior did gift me a sub to the channel,
Yes.
and I saw it yesterday. Thank you. I wasn't even
Yes.
online. Thank you so much.
No, Code Warrior is
he's
definitely
amazing.
here.
Should
and
we
he
all
is-
sing him happy birthday at the same time?
We'll do it again.
Yes,
We
let's
can do it
go.
again.
Okay.
We've done it
Let's
twice.
go.
Let's do
Okay,
it.
let's do it. Okay, who's good?
Happy
birthday
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I'm trying to keep time with Scxrlet. Birthday, dear Code Warrior.
There's a delay, so we're all trying to keep up with each other. It's weird.
Happy birthday to you. Scxrlet, thank you so much for being here. You've been an
Yes,
amazing
you
guest.
have been
We're so grateful to
awesome.
have
Thanks
you.
for having me.
And yeah, anything else that you want to share? Obviously, you're working on music. What should people be looking for when they go check out your stream?
On this channel, I would like to just promote my Beatcast. We do it every Monday at 6
Okay.
Pacific time, 7 o'clock. We do music feedback. And if you're a musician,
Awesome.
and also I'm always looking for new guests. And Sarah, I'd love to have you on as a guest.
Aw, thank you.
Silence, not you.
So
then.
Silence, I met you just today, so
No, it's
I
fine.
can
It's just
also,
kidding.
but I had to extend it to my friend Sarah first.
you're
But yeah, I would, or maybe
Oh.
both of you at the same
Well,
time.
the good
Always-
news. Hold on. Since where am I? Where'd my mouse go? It's gone. Here we go. Let's just get rid of her for a second since we were here. All right. So I'm just kidding. No, but I understand. I'm just kidding. I'm not serious. Anyway, so
Yes.
go on that show, Sarah.
Yeah, continue.
come on the
continue,
show.
Just
Scxrlet,
just
please.
do it. Just do it when I'm here so that I can like poke my head behind you.
It's a really great way to make connections. I've had some of my guests literally get record deals because they were on this podcast with the right person.
Yeah.
Lucy Fate. Oh yeah, he's nailed it. I don't have any sweatpants on my top, so then maybe if I wore sweatpants as a shirt, I'd be
Oh
doing
yeah,
much
you
better.
gotta. Whole is optional.
It's true. It's true.
Yes.
Yes. But make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you guys give Scxrlet a follow. Thank you so much for being here, especially on this big day. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here.
Please let her finish though. She was
Go ahead.
I
Finish.
don't remember. Just
Yeah,
tell
she
me
stopped.
fast.
So we stopped and interrupted for dumb things.
We have pretty cool people come on there.
Yes.
Yes.
I love that.
Yay!
Yeah.
No, but I love how how open you are about especially like the business side of streaming. I think that's something that more people need to realize, especially, you know, in the music community.
When you're like 20 years old and still living at your mom's house, and nothing wrong with that, just the fact that you jump into streaming and suddenly are kind of, you become popular or see other people popular. You never had an opportunity to develop like the adult skills of
Yes.
working in making money and saving money and planning for your future. And when you get older and have already experienced a lot of these things, then you're like, okay, I got a limited time to capitalize on certain physical attributes, so
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
make shit happen soon.
Yes.
And I don't know, I guess just the older you get, the more you take things seriously. Because I have worked shitty jobs, and streaming and doing music has been the most fun and the most successful I've ever been. And I want it to keep it. I want to keep it up, you know? Like, I'd rather do this than go back to work.
Yeah. 100%.
So that's why you gotta, like, take it seriously, guys. Have fun with it. It's fun as
Yes.
fuck. But treat it like a job, and you're your own boss. And that's such a blessing. Like, think how great that is.
It is.
Agreed.
It is.
Agreed.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Scxrlet, for being here. We
on.
appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. We
Have a
appreciate
wonderful
you.
day.
Amazing. All right. All right. What else do you have to say for yourself? You know what I have to say? So we put in a ton of work for Code Warrior's birthday. Hopefully you enjoyed this today. Oh, sub done. Thank you, Code Warrior. Code Warrior is yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting me for my terrible jokes. And tomorrow we have put a massive amount of effort, and we're about to put more into working on this Music Exposed Festival. Tomorrow it is the second Music Exposed Festival. Will be taking place tomorrow in celebration of 3D Code Warrior's birthday, and we have an amazing lineup of performers. Obviously, we have the first time that Sarah and I will have ever performed together is tomorrow, so we are obviously in the same room for those of you that hadn't figured it out yet. at this point.
Thank you, Grazator, for those bits.
Yes, we appreciate those bits. But we have a great lineup for tomorrow. It kicks off at 12 p.m. Pacific, which is 3 p.m. Eastern time. So Sarah and I will kick it off, and then we're gonna have a big lineup. So we have B. Franklin, we have Miss Mary Lou, we have Matt Gaddy, we have Here Is Steve, we have Thomas Frank, and then we have Alice the Little Alien. All will be performing tomorrow on that festival. Again, it's the first time that we'll be able to perform live together, and we have a lineup of songs that are prepared for you. So a huge lineup for that over on my channel, twitch.tv/thesilencenoise, which is where we do all of that stuff. What else? That's the biggest thing we have going on, and we have a ton of stuff yet to do to prepare for that.
And we're going to do that on your channel.
Yeah, I just said that.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Were you not listening to me again?
No.
Just like you weren't listening to me when I knew that Scxrlet had finished her thought.
Absinthium's comment. Best joke goes to Daenerys chicken eggs. Faux show, you know?
Anyway, now that Sarah is out of the picture, guys, and we can go back to the way that it was before. See, she can come around. Hi!
Oh my god, I'm so shiny here.
This is the other camera. This is the other camera. This is my camera where I need to have different colors than you.
Thank you so much, Mario. Muito obrigado. Thank you for gifting that sub to here, Steve. Thank you.
She's the biggest complainer.
Oh
in the
my
world.
god! Don't portray me like that. You said
complains all the time. It's totally
don't feel
true.
like that.
It's totally
don't
true.
Feel like that.
It's so weird seeing you guys in the same frame. All right, well, come over then. Let's come here.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
She's doing that. Hi.
Hi.
She's in my trash fire. What's going on, guys?
Oh, you don't have the dumpster.
Oh yeah, I do. Let's go back to it. Hold on. We'll go back to it. I just wasn't ready for it. Where is it? I'm in. Oh yeah, here we go. Hi. Welcome to my house.
Oh my god, I love what you did with the place.
Yes, isn't it beautiful?
Wow.
She made it here. The good news is that she actually fits in the studio at this point. It's amazing. Oh yeah, it's the hookup. Yeah. Toss. Oh my god. It's we discovered this earlier and we're like, this is a beautiful scene. Yeah. It's inspiring your fanfic. Who is the person? You didn't tell me who is writing the fanfic.
I don't know. It's anonymous. There's a fan fiction and I will read it out loud at some point on stream.
Am I allowed to be there for that stream? Can I be there for that
you
stream?
can read it out loud if you want to.
Can I be? Yeah. Do I have to read my parts and you read your parts?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Someone's been writing a fanfic of that. My co-host needs to leave. Silence. Oh, well, I like her. I like her here, even though she has this silly shield and silly dollar store stuff.
What do you mean? Even Scxrlet loved it. Everybody who has
Listen,
good
Scxrlet is not the barometer for my success.
Yes,
okay,
she
I
is.
like her, but at the same time, I'm just saying.
Sometimes you gotta fend off the trolls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she puts this in my face all the time. She's like, "This is my no-no square."
Don't touch me there.
Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. But yes, thank you. Code Warrior is obviously one of the biggest reasons we were able to do this. So I know that we've been saying happy birthday a lot and that kind of thing, but Code Warrior
sucks. I'm gone.
Yeah, bye.
Red is like,
but seriously, 3D Code Warrior is a huge part of the reason that we were able to do this at all.
Yeah.
In the first place, he's a big part of the reason that we're still able to stream.
Yes.
He's basically, kind of single-handedly trying to keep Music Exposed up at this point.
True.
He's the one that donates almost every week.
Very true.
To try to keep Music Exposed up. But we are so grateful for you, Code Warrior. I know that I texted this in my Discord this morning because I was just talking about you being here in that situation, and it's like it took us about a day and a half before we both were talking about stream again. Like, we had a day and a half where it's like, okay, we're here and we're doing all that stuff. And then within a day and a half, we're back to like, all right, now we got this festival, we got this work to do, and we're talking about that. I don't know if you guys know this, but we love doing this for you. It's something that is a passion for both of us. I love doing it. I love this.
I hate it.
Yeah, well,
this sucks.
I can't mute you. I can't mute you off this.
This sucks so much. I hate this. This is terrible. So tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, we're starting. Wait, no, you can't just do that.
I can just do that. I am the controls.
No. Can you still hear us?
For this minute.
Oh, okay.
I'm turning it off.
See you tomorrow.
Listen,
Monday I'm streaming on my channel, maybe.
No, listen, I'm turning it off so we can make out.
No, who are we rating? We need to rate somebody.
I like how you're like, no. I'm just doing it off camera. We're making out right now.
No,
It's so
no,
hot.
No, we're not.